Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
The playoffs are heating up, but your home shouldn't. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the number one selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on ESPN 1063.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
The playoffs are heating up, but your home shouldn't. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the number one selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
This is the Inter Miami pregame show, live from the ESPN West Palm studios. Here's Mike Rizzo.
The last team in the MLS to not have a loss are Inter Miami Herons in action today at Chase Stadium. Welcome on in, folks, to the Inter Miami pregame show right here on your Inter Miami radio network. The Herons, 5 wins, 3 draws, no losses, 18 points on that table as they look to get 3 more today and put themselves in position to be tied for second place. The Herons have played 8 games. This will be their 9th. Every other MLS team not named Inter Miami and the New England Revolution have all played 8 games within the MLS table. So the Herons having a chance to be in second place and be tied with Columbus, the team they just beat last week. We'll go and hear some highlights and whatnot of what happened in that win last week. But we got to talk about the CONCACAF semifinals, that first leg that happened on Wednesday. Obviously not the result that Inter Miami was looking for, folks. A crowd of 53,000, almost 54, more closer to 54, but 53,000 turned out in Vancouver to watch the great one, Lionel Messi, to watch the Inter Miami Herons led by Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba, and then obviously the aforementioned Lionel Messi. And it was not the fixture that Inter Miami had in mind. Inter Miami has had a real problem scoring goals, folks. 1 goal in all competitions since April 9th. Let's rewind to April 9th, though, and April 9th is going to be what Inter Miami is going to have to do coming up next Wednesday in Chase Stadium. They got to go round 2, folks, and that is winning the aggregate and winning the matchup. So right now, if things were to end right now, obviously, Vancouver would move forward within the CONCACAF Champions Cup at 2-0. But even if our Herons scored 2 goals and it was 2-2 on the aggregate, they would still be penalty kicks. Now, what makes things interesting is if Vancouver scores on the road and it's a draw at the end of the game, Vancouver would get the nod. That's how the CONCACAF Champions Cup aggregate system works. If a team scores on the road compared to a team that doesn't, and it's a tie on the aggregate at the end of the two legs, the team that scores on the road moves forward. So I think it's pivotal for Inter Miami in this upcoming fixture. Obviously, I mean, folks, it's do or die. You got to win. You got to win not only the game, but you got to win on the aggregate. So in a perfect world, the Herons win 3-0 at Chase Stadium next Wednesday, and they go into the CONCACAF Champions Cup finals, which they will face off against one of the Mexican teams on the other side, but not the way things were drawn up, I think, for Javier Mascherano in Vancouver. Let's hear a couple of those highlights. This was the first goal for Vancouver in the CONCACAF, in the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal.
Touch to the edge of the area, then Brian White! And Brian White remains red hot for Vancouver.
They play the little 1-2 here, and he gets off the back there of Max Falcone, the Uruguayan, who should have taken it a little bit closer.
Now, it was a header goal by White. He's been very, very hot, not only within the CONCACAF Champions Cup, but within the MLS. Right now, Vancouver, number one on that supporter shield, and they're also obviously in a good position in the Champions Cup, being up 2-0 on that aggregate. Let's hear that second goal. This one came in the second half. Berhalter able to clean up a chance. There's a good ball in the middle by Vancouver. No one was able to get on the end of it originally, but Berhalter came in and cleaned it up.
It's Nelson into the middle. It's behind White and arriving and roofing it into the net. They score. It's Berhalter. It's 2. The Caps in command, and Inter Miami in big, big trouble.
You can see that Jaden Nelson gets into position. Berhalter there has made the run from midfield, and you can see Brian White nearly on his knees celebrating that. He was at the near post, couldn't get it. Berhalter far post, 2-0 for the home side.
So 2-0, the Herons losing that first leg of the CONCACAF semifinal. Now, if there's a team that can do it, it's our Herons. We've seen them come back from impossible odds. We've seen them be able to kind of draw magic and mojo out of thin air. But it's going to be a tough one coming up this Wednesday. But the good news is we're back in MLS action tonight. The Herons, the last undefeated team left within the MLS. And the last time this team was on the pitch within the MLS side was in Cleveland, Ohio, 8 days ago. If we rewind back to Saturday, the Herons picked up all 3 points in Cleveland, Ohio, a wet day in Cleveland, Ohio. We'll hear those highlights when we come back right here on the Inter Miami pregame show. We are powered by Audi, folks. And get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealer. They got this brand new Q6 e-tron, folks, one of the coolest cars and looked at it, one of the biggest luxury cars on the market as well. When you pull in a lot at Chase Stadium, make sure you make a statement with our good friends at Audi, and our show is powered by Audi. The table, 22 points for FC Cincinnati. Cincinnati has won 5 games in a row. FC Cincinnati has won 5 games in a row. They're in first place on that Eastern Conference side, followed by Columbus at 21. All of these teams have 10 games played. Inter Miami currently with 8. Today, at the end of the game between FC Dallas and Inter Miami, will be 9. And we'll be giving you starting lineups too. Coming up next, right here on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
This is ESPN 106.3, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Find official rules for all your favorite ESPN West Palm contests by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3, the ESPN app, and streaming on your smart speaker.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at kaisergolfcenter.com.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible. The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Inter Miami doing battle against FC Dallas coming up in a few minutes. We're going to be hearing from our good buddy Ken LaViga, who is pitchside at Chase Stadium. Should be a great one, all ready to roll down there in beautiful Fort Lauderdale. This will be the 9th game for our Herons within the MLS, and Inter Miami is the only remaining unbeaten side this regular season within the MLS. I do have starting 11s on both sides for the Herons and FC Dallas. No Lionel Messi in the 11 for Inter Miami. I feel like that's always a question when it comes to our Herons, but no Messi within the 11. But before we get to that, folks, we are powered by Audi. And, get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealers because the road is calling and you need to embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new fully electric 2025 Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, advanced Audi technology, and a lot more. It's not just a new electric vehicle, folks. It's a new way to experience driving. The Q6 e-tron is a premium midsize all-electric SUV that boosts an EPA estimated range of up to 321 miles, allowing you to get where you want to go in state-of-the-art fashion. The next chapter of Audi starts now. Test drive that Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealers or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. AudiOffers.com to learn more. Let's get going on the starting 11. Let's start with our Inter Miami Herons. Between the goalposts and captaining tonight's matchup is Drake Callender. No Oscar Ustari in goal. It will be Drake Callender, who did a lot of the goalkeeping last year for Inter Miami. He has appeared a few times for our Herons this year, but Drake Callender certainly a very capable goalkeeper, starting between the posts and getting that captain's armband tonight for the Herons. At left back, you have Hector Martinez, and this is Hector's this is his third match he will appear in. And coming into the matchup, he has 2 matches and 11 minutes played. So Hector Martinez getting a big spot in that left back position and role tonight for the Herons. At center back, 2 guys we've heard for all year long, Maxi Falcone and Gonzalo Luan. And then at right back, Ian Frey sneaking back into the starting 11. Frey made a big impact early on in the season for the Herons. Hasn't really been in the starting 11 as of late, but good to see Ian Frey, who's looked good at points this year, back in that lineup playing right back. So that's your back line. Callender in goal, Martinez at left back, Falcone at center back, Luan at center back, Ian Frey playing right back. Handling the box-to-box midfield role is Yannick Bright. And then in a new position, we're going to have to hear from our good buddy Ken Levico. I believe Toto Aviles is playing a central midfield position today. So Yannick Bright and Toto Aviles, kind of your holding-ish. I always say Sergio Busquets is that deep-lying playmaker, and it's either Yannick Bright or Federico Redondo going box-to-box. I'm interested to see how Javier Mascherano uses Toto Aviles in the midfield coming up tonight. And then Benjamin Kremoski is going to be playing a cam role, as I call it, central attacking role. We've seen him play this the last few fixtures. We've also seen Kremoski come off of the right side on that right wing spot when Messi isn't playing. But Kremoski will be an attacking midfielder coming up tonight. Fafa Pico on the right wing. On the left wing, Leo Afonso getting a start tonight. Leo Afonso coming into the game only has played in 1 match in 8 minutes total. So Leo Afonso getting a big spot tonight in the starting 11 and coming off of the left. And then Alan Abando getting his first start for the Inter Miami Herons as well coming up tonight. So, a different 11 to say the least. And once we get over to FC Dallas, a lot of their players and a lot of their starters aren't playing tonight as well. Like I said, we'll get to them in a second because I got to give you your reserves. Rocco Rios Novo will be the goalkeeper in reserve on the substitution side. Sailor will be coming off the bench. Cello Wiggin will be coming off of the bench. Noah Allen, Federico Redondo, Sergio Busquets, Talasco Segovia, Morales, and Tadeo Allende. Those are the players that are going to be coming off of the bench coming up tonight. But once again, your 11, Callender, Martinez, Falcone, Luan, Frey, Aviles, Bright, Kremoski, Afonso, Abando, and Fafa Pico. That is the 11 for the Herons. So let's get on over to FC Dallas now. We'll get into a little bit on what FC Dallas likes to do as well. But between the posts for them at the goalkeeping position is Martin Paez, the goalkeeper tonight, coming up for FC Dallas. The center back roles, you got a couple of players. You got Uzas Urgohide, Sebastian Abigaha, and Shaq Moore playing right back. Nolan Norris. I'm used to our Noah Allen, but Nolan Norris, playing a fullback position. So the 2 fullbacks coming off the flanks tonight for FC Dallas, Shaq Moore, Nolan Allen, and then your center backs for FC Dallas, Uzazi Urgohide and Sebastian Ibagaha. So that is the back line for FC Dallas. Ramiro in the central midfield, Kayak Ferrara in the central midfield, and then Manuel Kafumani. That is going to kind of even out the midfield there. And then your attackers, you got Anderson Julio, Logan Farrington, and then Luciano Acosta is probably going to be playing more an attacking role as well. And he is the captain coming up for FC Dallas. Couple of news and notes-ish things for FC Dallas heading into the matchup. They drew on the road against Minnesota United. Minnesota United, one of the top teams on that Western Conference, so pretty good outing for FC Dallas the last time they stepped out onto the pitch. That was last Saturday in their most recent regular season game. The Texas side has collected 12 points so far with their league campaign with a record of 3 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws, and is currently 9th in the Western Conference. And forward Pitar Musa has been the team's star in the regular season. He has 3 goals and 3 assists in 8 appearances, but he will not be playing tonight. No Pitar Musa in the 11 tonight, arguably FC Dallas's most dangerous scorers. So those are your starting 11s on both sides of the pitch coming up tonight. We are just moments away from getting the ball rolling in at Chase Stadium, Inter Miami versus FC Dallas. Expecting kind of a 5-10-ish, 5-08-ish, 5-10-ish ball rolling tonight out in Fort Lauderdale. And those are your starting 11s who are going to be doing battle for the matchup. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Herons. And if you're just joining us as well and didn't see over the week, our Inter Miami Herons lost 2-0 in that first leg of the CONCACAF Gold Cup semifinal round. The next leg is going to be home on Wednesday at beautiful Chase Stadium. And here's hoping that our Herons could get a little theme, magic, and mojo again in front of the home crowd coming up next Wednesday. That's a game where all hands are certainly going to be on deck. But I will catch you guys up what happened last week against the Columbus Crew as well. We hear from some good highlights from our good buddy Ken Levica, who was on site for the call. You're listening to the Inter Miami pregame show.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron is here. The next chapter of Audi starts now.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
This is ESPN 1063, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Find official rules for all your favorite ESPN West Palm contests by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com. You're listening to ESPN 1063, the ESPN app, and streaming on your smart speaker.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 1063. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Good ball, Suarez on the runaway guy. He got it right in the box. Sends it, a beautiful cross into the 6-yard box. A diving header goal. Ben Kromowski. How wonderful was that? Wagon, the unlikely assist. Kromowski soaring into the play, and he beats Patrick Schulte. Something out of nothing, and at the half-hour mark, it's 1-0 Inter Miami.
The only remaining unbeaten side resides in Fort Lauderdale in Inter Miami. 5-0-3 on the year, 5 wins, 3 draws for Inter Miami within the MLS. This will be their 9th game played coming up in just a few moments between FC Dallas and our Inter Miami Herons live from beautiful Chase Stadium. That highlight you heard was Ken Levick, our lead play-by-play man with our Inter Miami Herons here on the Inter Miami Radio Network. And believe it or not, folks, it's been the only goal the Herons have scored since April 9th. The Herons will try to get back on track with their goal scoring. A lineup today and / tonight, I guess mid-afternoon, folks, 5 o'clock. A lineup that doesn't feature any of the big four in Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, and company, Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi, but a lineup certainly that has a lot of quality. You look at a guy like Fafa Pico, who had one of the bigger goals of the year for Inter Miami, that go-ahead goal in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. A place where historically Inter Miami has not played well. So Fafa Pico's coming up big in big spots. And I'm interested to see what Alan Abando is going to be able to do as well tonight. Abando is on loan. He's an Ecuadorian player. He came on over from the Ecuadorian top flight league, Barcelona, the team specifically within that Ecuadorian league. But also Atletico Madrid actually bought his rights as a player. So he is with a huge, huge club in Spain, and he is on loan with our Inter Miami Herons. And I think tonight is a huge spot for the young man to be able to get a starting role within the team and to maybe make an impact on the club and make Javier Mascherano trust him a little bit more, maybe in some bigger spots. And Luis Suarez, hasn't really been playing like Luis Suarez. And you remember last year, Suarez kind of got off to a slow start as well, and then ultimately won the Golden Boot within the MLS for the most goals. So it's not that I'm worried about Luis Suarez, but I think tonight is a pretty good resting point for him because you're going to need him coming up big on Wednesday night in the CONCACAF Gold Cup second leg in the semifinals, where Inter Miami is going to have to outscore Vancouver by 3 goals if they want to move forward in the competition. And I think that competition is a big, big deal within the likes of Lionel Messi and some of the senior players on the team. But certainly can't overlook a big game tonight at Chase Stadium versus FC Dallas. I mentioned that Dallas on the year, they have 12 points, and right across the board, 3-3-3, 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. And certainly aren't a team that you could take granted for, that you could look past, rather. How about that? But they will be without their star player, Petar Musa. Musa in this year's regular season, 3 goals, 3 assists, and is certainly a big strength within the team. Before the season, I checked out all of those MLS previews for each team, and I actually have the preview up for FC Dallas here, the preseason kind of preview. And here's what MLS.com had to say. They got it, FC Dallas got it right when they spent big on center forward Petar Musa ahead of last year. Musa delivered 17 goals across all competitions last year, and the big man is a huge vocal point, and the rest of the roster are built around that. It should be oriented around getting the best out of the number 9. That includes their new mercurial number 10. So a lot of the offense really revolves around big Petar Musa, and he's obviously not playing tonight. So this is certainly, I think, something Inter Miami could take advantage of. I just got done saying how I think Inter Miami is a very deep roster with the likes of Alan Abando, Fafa Pico, and Benjamin Kremoski. You know, these are players who really come off the bench, but have first-team quality within the MLS, right? Fafa Pico, a known veteran around the MLS, played for the Whitecaps last year, the team that is in first place in the Supporter Shield competition within the MLS and the Western Conference, and who Inter Miami is down 2-0 in the CONCACAF Gold Cup semifinal round. So Fafa Pico, certainly a great player. Alan Abando, I think, has all the talent in the world. I think as an 18-year-old, you're really just trying to piece together that talent and find a little consistency within your game. He had a big spot. He had a big chance against Toronto 2 fixtures ago within the MLS. He took a big touch and ultimately was not able to score a goal. But these are all learning moments. These are learning moments for not only Alan Abando, but also the gaffer, Javier Mascherano, who will, know when I could put what he's good at. All learning moments for the manager and the new player. They got to get used to each other. And I think tonight, Alan, you're going to see a different Alan Abando, I think, coming up tonight. I think he's going to be playing with a lot more confidence. He's been with the club more. He's been in training with the team. Abando 2.5 weeks ago, when he ultimately bottled that chance to score a goal against Toronto, he was very new at the club. He barely had any practice time. So I think we're going to see a lot better Alan Abando coming up tonight at the striker position. It's also One Planet. It's One Planet theme night presented by Frock Group, and the first 10,000 fans to enter the gates at Chase Stadium will receive an Inter Miami CF and Frock Group co-branded koozie. So One Planet theme night at Chase Stadium as we gear up for a fun night coming up in Fort Lauderdale. I mentioned the big win versus the Columbus Crew the last time Inter Miami was out. Let's hear a couple of those highlights as we're going to hear from Ken Levicka here momentarily. But I wanted to play a few highlights the last time our Inter Miami Herons were in action. This was last Saturday in Cleveland, Ohio, where Inter Miami won 1-0, and Lionel Messi had a couple of chances early to kick things off.
Messi off the restart, floats the ball left side of the box, and it was touched by Alba to the edge of the 6-yard area. Wanted Suarez, late marking there from Columbus. And it is deflected across the end line. This is going to be an Inter Miami corner. What a great ball from Messi. Good idea from Alba.
Messi almost had a finesse to go as well in the first half.
Here in the right, attacking third, Lionel Messi charging forward to his left foot. A curler just wide of the far post. Nearly world-class striking from Messi from 30 yards. Oh, he did not miss by much. He had Nagbe on skates, and he missed it by about 6 inches on the far post. But that draws oohs and ahs from this Cleveland crowd.
And then the only goal came within the first half. You heard it at the beginning of the show and the segment. Let's hear it again.
Good ball, Suarez on the runaway guy. He got it right of the box. Sends it, a beautiful cross into the 6-yard box. A diving header goal. Ben Kremoski. How wonderful was that? We got the unlikely assist Kromowski soaring into the play, and he beats Patrick Schulte. Something out of nothing, and at the half-hour mark, it's 1-0 Inter Miami.
That goal ultimately decided the game, and Inter Miami got all 3 points against Columbus, and they are firmly right now. They've played 8 games. Our Herons have played 8 games. I mentioned this is going to be game 9. They are in 5th place on the Eastern Conference. If they get all 3, they have a chance to tie the Columbus Crew in 2nd place, and I believe if they do win tonight, they will be in 2nd place because they have the win over the Columbus Crew. It could come down to goal differential, but Inter Miami, I believe, yes, they have the better goal differential as well, so they will be in 2nd place if with a big win tonight versus FC Dallas. Let's give you those starting 11s again. The starting 11 for the Inter Miami Herons: Drake Callender in goal and captain. Hector Martinez playing left back. Maxi Falcone and Gonzalo Luan will be your center backs tonight. Ian Frey, your right back. So your back 4, Frey, Luan, Falcone, and Martinez. Drake Callender in goal. Quick note, Hector Martinez has played in 2 matches this year, 11 minutes total. Yannick Bright and Toto Aviles will be playing in the midfield. I'm assuming Aviles playing that Sergio Busquets role, and Yannick Bright his normal box-to-box role. Benjamin Kromowski playing an attacking mid tonight. Probably be centralized at times. The central attacking-esque mid that we've seen Talasco Segovia play, but it seems like Kromowski has been the favorite at that spot for Javier Mascherano as of late. Fafa Pico, Leo Afonso, and Alan Abondo will be the attackers. And then on the flip side for FC Dallas, Martin Paez, Uzas Urgohide, Sebastian Ibagha, Shaq Moore, and Nolan Norris. That's the defenders for FC Dallas tonight. Martin Paez in goal, and the rest forming out the back line. You got Romero, Ferrara, Kafumana, and Acosta. And then in the attacking spots, Anderson Julio and Logan Farrington. No Pitar Musa. Pitar Musa, the star player for FC Dallas, will not be playing tonight. And that's something we are going to be keeping a close eye on here on the Inter Miami Radio Network. Well, let's take a timeout, folks. And when we come back, we're going to hear from Ken LaVicka. We're taking you pitch side, and we're going to get the ball rolling. FC Dallas and Inter Miami live from Fort Lauderdale. Ken LaVicka on the call next on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Get ready to elevate your driving experience with the all-new 2025 Range Rover Velar P250 Dynamic SE. A stunning blend of luxury performance and technology that will make every drive unforgettable. Right now, you can lease the new Velar for just $809 per month for 36 months. Yes, only $809 a month for a luxury SUV that sets new standards on the road. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take advantage of this incredible offer. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3.
Goal to Messi!
Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
Here's Ken LaVicka.
Inter Miami trying to wash away the frustration, the dark cloud of a disappointing performance in Vancouver in the first leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinals. It's back home for the first time in nearly 3 weeks, and it's an unconventional lineup. Some big opportunities for some seldom used players. Inter Miami playing host to FC Dallas. And we welcome you to Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. It is so good to be with you on this Sunday evening in South Florida. This is Inter Miami football on ESPN West Palm. Great job as always by Mike Rizzo back in the network studios handling the pregame show. I am Ken LaVicka, and to my right is the OG, our on-site engineer, Oscar Gonzalez. Inter Miami in their home pink uniforms. Haven't seen these kits in quite a while because, well, it's been quite a while since Inter Miami played at home. The last time we saw them on this well-manicured pitch at Chase Stadium was a 1-1 draw with Toronto, again, nearly 3 weeks ago. And FC Dallas, they have their red tops, their blue shorts. And the last time these two sides faced one another, what a memorable matchup it was. Leagues Cup round of 16 back on August 7th, 2023. Inter Miami and FC Dallas finished 4-4 full-time, went to penalties, 5-3. Inter Miami with the win, advanced on to the quarters. That would be an eventual Leagues Cup winning tournament for Inter Miami. Lionel Messi, 2 goals, 3 if you want to count an own goal that he caused late in that match. And these two sides, they are not well acquainted, well accustomed to playing one another, but as Mike Rizzo laid out, Inter Miami starting 11, full of players that need some time and need to impress. Javier Mascherano, including Alan Abando, the 18-year-old Leo Alfonso, only 8 minutes this season, making his second appearance in the Inter Miami attack. Davi Martinez, we saw him briefly at Columbus. He has 11 minutes on the season. Tomas Aviles, who's been battling injury, he's in the 11. Ian Frey, he's back in the starting 11 for Inter Miami. We haven't seen him since that aforementioned contest with Toronto. And Inter Miami is trying to find its attack. It has been a rough go of it over the last month or so in the attack for Inter Miami. We await the whistle from our referee, Lucas Chapala. There it is. We are underway on this Sunday evening in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami, 5th in the East. 5 victories, no defeats, 3 draws, only unbeaten left in MLS play after Inter Miami took down Columbus Crew last weekend in Cleveland. And FC Dallas, 3-3-3, 3 victories, 3 losses, 3 draws, 12 points. They sit just outside the playoff line in the Western Conference in 10th. It is a very, very bright, sunshiny Sunday on what has been a very warm and sunny weekend here in South Florida. 82 degrees at kickoff, humidity just shy of 60%. It is warm in the sun, but shadows already starting to descend upon this Chase Stadium venue. And we have our opening foul of the match as Afonso hits the turf in the Inter Miami defensive midfield, and Inter Miami with a free kick. Drake Callender wearing the captain's armband tonight for Inter Miami. He's in goal. Inter Miami on the attack, left to right. And trying to win a ball was Afonso to the right of the area, but he was shielded off by Ozase Oragide, who has played every single minute this season, the only field position player for FC Dallas to do so here in this 2025 campaign. Lionel Messi is in attendance, but not available for his side here tonight. Messi went through a long run of continuous action, and that run ends this evening. Messi played every single minute of both legs of the quarterfinal CONCACAF Champions Cup against LAFC, all 90-plus against Toronto, all 90-plus at Chicago, all 90-plus in Cleveland against Columbus, and then in the 2-0 defeat opening leg at Vancouver. CONCACAF Champions Cup on Thursday night So a rest tonight. Javier Mascherano saying that, yes, Messi did feel fatigue after the match, but this is not injury related. This is to make sure all hands are on deck and legs are full strength in what has to be a remarkable performance on Wednesday night here at Chase Stadium against Vancouver. If Inter Miami even wants a pulse and a fleeting chance to advance to the final of that competition. Inter Miami commits a foul as FC Dallas was able to probe into their attacking midfield left side of the pitch. Anderson Julio. Quick restart here for FC Dallas outside the box. And now left of the area. Traversing is Acosta. Acosta for FC Dallas. Plays it off on an overlap. Was looking for show, but it was well done by Inter Miami to break that up. Thanks to Davi Martinez. FC Dallas trying to go at Martinez initially on that left side of the Inter Miami defense. And now we have a foul against Inter Miami as down to ground goes Show, whose legal name is Manuel Kafamana, but the Angola international simply goes by Show. And this is going to be from the left near touchline, a free kick opportunity at an in-swinger for Luciano Acosta. Drake Callender gets everybody set, making sure everybody is marking. Acosta stands over it. Inter Miami has Ben Kromoski. And Leo Afonso is a two-man wall closest to the ball. Everybody else congregates in the box. Here is a near side to middle of the box entry feed from Acosta. Gets headed out of play across the far end line, and it's going to be a corner, our first corner of the match, and it'll be FC Dallas to handle the duties as we enter minute number 4, just underway here in Fort Lauderdale. 0-0, Inter Miami and FC Dallas. Inter Miami as a franchise has never beaten FC Dallas. 2 victories for the Dallas side, 1 draw in the process. Here's an outswinging far side and near side corner for FC Dallas. It's skied over everybody to the top of the box. Miami tried to get out on the counter, but it's played back right of the area. FC Dallas, a floater, left foot, and a high leaping two-handed snag from Callender, who hits the ground, but a nifty job by Drake Callender to extinguish that. Luciano Acosta tried to go to the far post. I'm not sure if that was a delivery or was he trying to finesse it towards that area and force a save on Callender, but that will go down as a save for Drake Callender. There was an FC Dallas attacker looming, but Drake Callender equal to his opening task as Inter Miami tries to rush into the right attacking half, and Kromoski has it in front of the center circle. And into the attacking third near side it goes. Right side of the pitch, Ian Frey drives forward to the outside of the box. Afonso turns onto his right foot. Afonso had a heavy touch for a moment, had to retrieve outside the area right side, and he'll feed it off to Kromoski on the outside right channel. Inter Miami plays it back into the midfield for Lujan. Inter Miami has 1 goal over the last 324 minutes, all competitions. It has been a struggle to find any sort of dangerous attack. Inter Miami's buildup has been just fine, but the quality in the attacking third has been severely lacking, and that's shown its ugly head, unfortunately, at Vancouver Thursday night, as Inter Miami had 69% of the ball, but could not find a way to break through. And a really difficult pill to swallow in the 85th minute when Berhalter scored for Vancouver to make the journey that much more treacherous for Inter Miami, down 2-0 on aggregate going in to the second leg on Wednesday night right here in Fort Lauderdale. Need you out here, Inter Miami fans. Make sure to get your tickets, InterMiamiCF.com. That's InterMiamiCF.com. 6:34 on this first half clock with Inter Miami and FC Dallas 0-0. The biggest news in this 11 outside of Lionel Messi, not available, nor is Luis Suarez or Jordi Alba. The only member of the Fantastic Four is Sergio Busquets. He is dressed. He is starting this match as a substitute. So other than that, the biggest storyline is Alan Abando, getting the go, his first ever start in an Inter Miami shirt. The 18-year-old Ecuadorian who has only seen fleeting action in that 1-1 draw against Toronto. He gets the start for Javier Mascherano. FC Dallas on the ball, border the attacking third, left side of the pitch broken up, and Fafa Pico is able to bust through two defenders, get into the center circle, but that eventually dispossessed, and FC Dallas is back at it. Show up the near left touchline. A bit of a 1-2 with Acosta. Now Show delivers to Ramiro. Ramiro pushes it through into the box. Turning onto his right foot. A shot was blocked by Falcone. It's still loose in the area. And it's deposited into the back of the net. FC Dallas with the goal. Cleaning up the mess. Shaq Moore, the veteran, the former Nashville SC star. And Inter Miami concedes in the 8th minute. 1-0. FC Dallas on top. Unsure defensive work for Inter Miami comes back and hurts the men in pink as FC Dallas able to work it through Farrington in the box. It was Ramiro from the left channel who fed Farrington. Falcone with the block on the shot, but Lujan did not make a very solid attempt at a clearance. And his swipe at the ball bounded off of an Inter Miami defender, fell right to Shaq Moore, and he blasted it right by Callender from about 12 yards. And Inter Miami concedes first. That is only the 4th time now in 9 matches Inter Miami hasn't scored first. And so this unproven group of 11 on the pitch for Inter Miami. We have not seen this collective this season. They have their work cut out for them already as we enter minute number 9, and it's 1-0, Dallas on top. Ben Kremoski bandies the ball off of an FC Dallas Nolan Norris on the near side, and it's going to be at the border of the attacking third, right near touchline, right side of the pitch, throwing Ian Frey for Inter Miami. Kremoski has it dispossessed immediately. FC Dallas back onto the ball under their first-year head coach, Eric Quill, who has been with this FC Dallas organization for a long time, not only as a player back in 2006, but as the head man of North Texas, 2019 USL League One champions, the feeder side for FC Dallas, and then the 2024 MLS Next Pro champs. Here is Inter Miami after a turnover trying to drive in from the left side and unable to do anything with it as Los Heranitos, as Yannick Bright was a bit clunky trying to feed the ball into the middle channel, and in their right defensive third, FC Dallas goes to work. A pass from defensive half to attacking half left side of the pitch, found the mark. That was Farrington in the striker role for FC Dallas, replacing the injured Petor Musa. 3 goals, 3 assists this season for Musa, but he suffered an ankle injury 2 matches ago, and he has not been able to return to any sort of appreciable moment of play for Eric Quill and Dallas. And now a foul as Pico came up, tried to force the envelope from about 20 yards on the inside left channel. He got his legs kicked out from under him. And actually, that was Abando who got knocked on from behind. And it's going to be an Inter Miami free kick. This will be from just about 20 yards. And it'll be Ben Kremoski to stand over it for Inter Miami. Kremoski's going to have an opportunity to goal for goal as he faces the veteran goalkeeper for FC Dallas, Martin Paz. Paz was in goal for FC Dallas in that epic Leagues Cup matchup, round of 16 back in 2023. FC Dallas does have someone laying behind the wall as Kremoski, the only Inter Miami player who is in the vicinity to deliver a free kick. And Kremoski, with a really poor effort on the free kick, sends the ball over the crossbar by about 20 feet and 8 rows up. A really, really pronounced mishit there from Ben Kremoski. who had his first goal of the season last weekend at Columbus with a wonderful diving header that beat Patrick Schulte, but that free kick left an awful lot to be desired there. 12th minute, 1-0. FC Dallas on top of Inter Miami. Shaq Moore with the goal after some lackluster defensive play from Inter Miami. And Inter Miami with Tomas Aviles will win the ball in its defensive half, and it's pushed back to Callender. Callender swipes it off to his left, and Inter Miami's going to try and play it out the back. Maxi Falcone, who is playing left center back tonight for Inter Miami, on to Lujan. Lujan feeds it to the middle, Falcone. He is pressured and harassed. Falcone ended up taking a Shaq Moore spike in the ankle just outside the top of the area as he tried to play it back to Callender. The whistle blows, and it's a foul against FC Dallas. It was actually Anderson Julio who committed the foul, was traded to FC Dallas on December 23rd of last year. And another foul is called, this time near left touchline in the Inter Miami defensive half, as Show got a little bit too physical with Ian Frey. Inter Miami only one goal in the last 331 minutes of action, all competitions. Here's Kremoski, good run up the near right touchline. Back heel trying to beat two defenders as he got right of the box, but he was played off the ball by Origide of FC Dallas. But Inter Miami's going to retrieve a loose ball by Aviles 30 yards out. He's on the inside channel. Off to Kremoski on the right wing. Kremoski surveys to the right of the box. Frey delivers a deflected cross to the near post, and it was swiped out of danger by FC Dallas. But Inter Miami is going to enjoy a deep corner, right side attacking third throw-in after FC Dallas had some issues trying to deliver it up the pitch. Ian Frey's going to handle the throw-in. Frey will survey his options. Ian Frey hasn't played in 3 weeks since that 1-1 draw with Toronto FC here in Fort Lauderdale. Frey will throw it to the edge right side of the box. That is headed out of play near the corner flag, but it's going to be a throw-in for Inter Miami. This time Frey delivers it along the near touchline. It's going to be played on to Maxi Falcone to the right of the center circle in the attacking midfield. He'll swipe it to the far side. That's where Davi Martinez, he gives it off to Pico. Far left touchline. Martino's square ball, far side and near side. Well done. Frey able to take control. Nutmegs a defender. Drives to the right side of the box. He's inside the box to the end line. Plays it to the middle. Edge of the 6-yard area. The keeper was able to keep it up, and then Pico blasted it home. Camped out on the far post, and he blasted it past Paz. It was all set up by an inspired 1v1 effort from Ian Frey, and Inter Miami equalizes 1-1 in the 15th minute. Fafa Pico with his second goal of the season. Frey did all the hard work. Inter Miami threw bodies at the ball, and Pico was there to blast it home. He left, no doubt, point blank. Paz did all he could do to try and keep that out of the back of the net. At one point, the ball appeared to be laying on top of him as he was sprawled on the end line. He swiped it away from goal. Shaq Moore is the one who placed it right on the feet of Fafa Pico on that far post, and from about 4 yards. That was an easy goal for Fafa Pico. 1-1. A 15th minute tally for Fafa Pico. And Inter Miami finally able to show some life in the attack. Inter Miami had gone 328 minutes, make it 330 minutes with only one goal to show for it all competitions. And it's Pico who is able to find the back of the net. FC Dallas immediately into its attacking third left side of the pitch, and Ben Kremoski wins the ball along the near touch line, and he will push it off a play off an FC Dallas player. The ankles of Show, and Kremoski's going to handle the throw in. Fafa Picault played briefly 2020, 20 appearances for FC Dallas, had 3 goals in his stint in the Lone Star State, and he hits his former team here in Fort Lauderdale. 1-1 Inter Miami and FC Dallas, 17:30 on this first half clock. Ken LaVicka here with you in Fort Lauderdale. Glad you're with us on this Sunday evening, a match that was initially to be played yesterday, but because of the Thursday matchup, Leg 1 semifinal CONCACAF Champions Cup MLS rescheduled. This contest pushed it back a day, and then those 2 teams will reunite, Inter Miami and Vancouver Whitecaps, on Wednesday here in Fort Lauderdale, with Vancouver up 2-0 on aggregate. Inter Miami throw in deep in the right attacking third. Frey onto his right foot near the end line, trying to traverse against a defender. This is a good battle with Ramiro, and then Ramiro swipes the ball off of Frey across the end line, and we will have... not across the end line. It actually went on a play near side. It's going to be an Inter Miami, FC Dallas, I should say, throw in deep in their defensive third. From the near side, it's lofted into play, but it's won by Ian Frey outside right channel about 30 yards away, and he gets stomped on and fouled. Ramiro, the offending FC Dallas defender, and Inter Miami from the near side is going to use Ben Kremoski to see if he can feed something dangerous into the box. 1-1 Inter Miami and FC Dallas as we welcome you to minute number 19 here in Fort Lauderdale. No Messi, no Suarez, no Alba. Fafa Picault says no problem, as he puts Inter Miami on the board 1-1. Kremoski, here's the whistle, delivers to the back post, and a sprawling FC Dallas header across the end line on the back post, and Inter Miami is going to have its first corner of the match at the 19:30 mark, and all corners brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Kremoski playing an attacking midfield here tonight, and he is going to have a far side to near side corner. This will be an in-swinger for the right-footed Kremoski. And here is his delivery. This is a good ball, back post, good pace, headed up into the air, but not out of play. It is going to go across the near end line. It went off of an FC Dallas head. Abando lets it roll out of play, and FC Dallas Inter Miami has another Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath corner. This one will come from the near side. This will also be handled by Kremoski, this time an outswinger. Crowd gets into it here in Fort Lauderdale. Kremoski delivers outswinger back post. High up into the air it goes. Abando headed it down. There's a fight for it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Falcone was swiped to the ground. An appeal for a penalty. The referee says play on, much to the crowd's displeasure and the Inter Miami players' fury. And FC Dallas blasts the ball out of play. Far left touchline. Inter Miami will throw it in their attacking half. Yannick Bright is really unhappy, trying to plead Inter Miami's case. Maxi Falcone, Tomas Avilas, they're asking the referee, let's get help from VAR. The referee says, just throw it in. But Inter Miami asking more questions. 1-1, Miami and FC Dallas into the 21st minute. Off the throw in. Top of the box extended, far side to left side. Trying to back his way in was Aviles for Inter Miami. FC Dallas clears it out of play across the far touchline, but Inter Miami another throw, and Abando bicycles it against 2 defenders to keep Inter Miami on the attack, but then FC Dallas does win it back on the border at the top of the box. Nolan Norris will play it to Oragide. Origuita has to send it back to Paz, his goalkeeper now. Dallas tries to play out of the back. Shaq Moore up the right side into the middle. Here's Acosta driving forward, wanted to play it through. Well done by Davi Martinez of Inter Miami to extinguish that. And now up the near side, near the center stripe is Ian Frey, and he'll play it back into the Inter Miami defensive third, left side of the pitch. Half the field, the near side of it, is now engulfed in shadow in these evening hours of South Florida. Into those golden hours. Some of you listening like to get out the phone and take some vibes photos for social media. Kramaski advantages played after he hit the turf. Here comes Inter Miami with Afonso. Into the middle, wanted to play it through for Pico, who was making a vertical run into the area. Never found the mark, though. Swiped out of there by Origuita, and now FC Dallas back the other way. Falcone, well done to go shoulder to shoulder with Julio, who had entered the attacking third for FC Dallas. Falcone won that back. A very professional play from the veteran, Maxi Falcone. 23rd minute, 1-1, Inter Miami and FC Dallas. And it'll be Inter Miami to find some room. Long ball forward, defensive half into attacking third. Afonso going 1v2. And Origuita is able to collect for FC Dallas. And the 10th place team in the Western Conference will collect itself as the ball rolls onto the foot of the goalkeeper, Martin Paz. This injury report for FC Dallas is wild. Pretty much all impact players. Pamukal has a knee injury in the midfield. Jesus, knee. Farfan, he's had surgery. He's out at least another month and a half. Leggett with an upper leg issue. Musa, best player, biggest attacking option. He has an ankle problem. He's missed now the last two. Newman with a knee. Chu with a knee. All out. It is a laundry list of ailments for FC Dallas. But FC Dallas with a steal in the midfield coming up the far left side. In the left attacking half is Farrington for FC Dallas. Farrington is collapsed upon by three Inter Miami defenders. Still was able to stay on the ball for a moment, but Martinez eventually wins it for Inter Miami. And then Yannick Bright is chucked down from behind in the Inter Miami defensive third far side, and Inter Miami will win possession back. Maxi Falcone from the far side restarts play, and here comes Ian Frey out of the ball near the center stripe on the near side. Here he comes up the right touchline. He got blasted off the ball by Show. FC Dallas wanted to push numbers forward. Here's Julio into the middle of Costa. He has it slide tackled away niftily by Aviles, but Ibeaga for FC Dallas was right man, right spot for FC Dallas. Julio takes a feed, 30 yards out in the middle of the pitch. Off to the right side, Shaq Moore was able to get around Pico, but Maxi Falcone sliding, swiping power shot clearance. And FC Dallas has to retreat all the way into its defensive half to retrieve that ball. And that effort from Falcone, who had his issues in the first half at Vancouver, especially on the Brian White header goal that got the scoring started. He's had a strong opening to this one. In the 25th minute, we are level 1-1. FC Dallas struck first with Shaq Moore, but not long after, it was Fafa Pico off a couple of deflections in front of goal to point blank blister one home into the back of the net. Speaking of Pico, here he comes into the attacking half right side up the far touchline. Pico still keeps his footing despite contact left of the box, and then he got swiped down at the edge of the area. The referee once again says play on, and FC Dallas on the far end line able to collect. And finally, Nolan Norris pushes the ball high in the air into the midfield on the near side, but Tomas Aviles able to muscle the ball away. It deflects off of a couple of players, and it's eventually won by FC Dallas. Acosta in the center circle in the defensive half, and he will lay it off right side. Shaq Moore wanted to pick out Anderson Julio, who was making a horizontal run left to right, but there was no way Julio was going to be able to get to there, and Callender was able to come up in front of his goal, run to his left a bit, and push the ball back into play. 1-1 Inter Miami and FC Dallas. 26 and a half minutes have expired here in Fort Lauderdale, as Inter Miami looking to regain some confidence in the attack especially, and rest some precious legs, the likes of Leo Messi, who's in attendance but will not play tonight, nor will Luis Suarez or Jordi Alba. Alba, who has played in every single match this season for Inter Miami and has started all but one, gets a much-needed rest. Those legs looked heavy in the late stages at Vancouver as Inter Miami was pressing, trying to find a goal desperately and then conceded late on the counter. Inter Miami is the only remaining unbeaten in MLS play, 5th in the East coming into tonight. FC Dallas with Acosta coming right up the gut. Well done by Aviles for Inter Miami to get a foot on an attempted playthrough. And Inter Miami, far touchline, as Pico was able to deliver a little chip shot and a nice turn for Aviles, but he was unable to get into space. And FC Dallas wins the ball back in its right attacking third, and then a whistle and a foul is called on Leo Afonso, getting just a bit too physical with Shaq Moore, who has the goal for FC Dallas. So off the restart, Norris for FC Dallas near touchline as FC Dallas operates in its right defensive midfield. 28th minute. Nice and easy defensive play. Davi Martinez for Inter Miami. And now Ben Kremoski comes charging into the attacking half. Right side of the pitch for Inter Miami. Good ball near side to far side. Aviles to Pico. Pico on the touchline. Gets himself left to the area. Pico, does he have an overlap? No, he's going to send it to Yannick Bright on the left wing, about 32 yards away. On to Ian Frey. Top of the box is connected, near side, right side. Oh, a wonderful cross, and it's poked home by Abando. The 18-year-old Alan Abando inside the 6-yard box, got a right foot on it. It trickled under Paz, and he has his debut goal in an Inter Miami shirt. How about that for the teenager, Alan Abando? First start, first goal, and it's Inter Miami's first lead, 2-1. The assist for Frey. Abando got behind the defense. Outstanding awareness, a beautiful run. The second first half goal for Inter Miami. Ian Frey took his time, picked out a target, and put it right on Abando. And it was Abando who made Sebastian Ibeagha look silly. The veteran defender, Ibeagha, completely lost track of Abando, and his 28th minute goal gives Inter Miami the advantage 2-1. All of a sudden, the attacking floodgates opening for Inter Miami. In fact, Inter Miami in MLS play has not scored multiple goals in a match since the 2-1 victory over Philadelphia Union. Here's FC Dallas trying to work quickly to present some problems. Some unsure defending here for Inter Miami. Acosta was knocked to the ground at the top of the penalty yard. Finally, Maxi Falcone able to handle the ball for Inter Miami, but the clearance not completed. And FC Dallas back on it outside right channel in the left attacking third. FC Dallas with their blue and white tops, their blue shorts, one of the charter members of Major League Soccer, as Dallas Burn, still called that in some parts of the Dallas Metroplex soccer universe, and for the MLS diehards, FC Dallas gives it away to Yannick Bright, who comes up with an easy interception at the border of the FC Dallas attacking half, and Inter Miami goes back to work. First spell of possession since Abando gave Inter Miami a 2-1 lead. We are past the half-hour mark. In fact, about a minute 15 past the half-an-hour mark. I'm Ken Levicki here with you from Fort Lauderdale. It's been a beautiful weekend as we enter late April. Getting into the month of May, that's wild. Joining me pitch side is our on-site engineer, Oscar Gonzalez, who has been doing phenomenal work. Always does so, but putting out some technical fires here tonight as well. Davi Martinez into the middle for Bright. Wants a long ball over the top. He was seeking out Afonso, but FC Dallas able to handle that. That was Oragide, who did a good job of marking Afonso, and FC Dallas wins possession back. 2-1 Inter Miami. Here is Nolan Norris making his 5th start of the season, 5 appearances for FC Dallas. He's at left back tonight for first-year headman Eric Quill. And FC Dallas trying to go defensive half to attacking half, near side to far side. And the ball sails out of play across the touchline. As I mentioned earlier, though, Eric Quill, no stranger to FC Dallas. It's where he has spent the last several years of his coaching career as the boss of a very successful North Texas SC side. Won the inaugural USL League One championship in 2019. And then MLS Next Pro champions last season. Eric Quill has done a phenomenal job, not only helping this FC Dallas organization identify young talent, but then develop it as well. And now he gets his shot with the top side in this franchise. And it really was a no-brainer based on what he's given it to the organization. FC Dallas, left side of the pitch, far touch line, attacking third to the right of the area. Trying to find some room to operate. Acosta had a cross attempt go off of Falcone, and then the ball hit the hand of Acosta. And it's going to be Inter Miami deep in its attacking third with a free kick. Maxi Falcone active. Maxi Falcone playing as if he has a chip on his shoulder. Maxi Falcone playing like a veteran leader in the Inter Miami back four tonight, which is Davi Martinez, who came into this match only 11 minutes under his belt here in 2025. Falcone to the left center back, joined by Gonzalo Lujan, right center back, and then Ian Frey, seeing MLS action for the first time since week 7 against Toronto. Drake Callender sends a ball into the center circle. Abando, nice ball forward to Pico. Far left touchline, right attacking third, Inter Miami. Here's Pico 1v1. Pico turns on the burners. Left-footed cross as it blasted out of play by an FC Dallas defender. That was the only play, about 5 rows deep, and Pico is able to win Inter Miami a corner from the far side. Brought to you by Lotto Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. 35th minute, 2-1 in favor of Inter Miami. Goals for Pico and Abando for the pink-clad Herons of Inter Miami. Here's Kremoski in swinging far side and near side corner, hand in the air. Here he comes. He delivers high into the air, back post, and catching it is the goalkeeper Paz, who is positioned well, able to sift through traffic and bring it in. And a little bit of gamesmanship as Abando came up to try and say something to Paz, maybe force him into a mistake. Paz knifes the ball all the way from his goal to Drake Callender, the Inter Miami keeper. Javier Mascherano up and active per usual, animated on the Inter Miami touchline to the near side. The red-headed Eric Quill on the other touchline for FC Dallas. Show on the left flank, trade to play a ball into the middle. It's won by Inter Miami. There's bodies everywhere, and Kremoski comes out of there with it in the right attacking half. Beautiful play through Afonso. Afonso 1v1, and he took too much time coming up on the keeper, Paz. He was at the top of the box, and he took too much time to make a decision. And by that juncture, Oragide was able to track Afonso from behind and knock the ball away. Oh, Afonso, a golden opportunity to score. He may never have a greater opportunity in his career than that, but he did not hear the footsteps behind him. That was nearly 3 for Inter Miami, but Inter Miami trying to get dangerous again. Abando off his chest in the middle, about 40 yards out. He pushed it right on to Ramiro of FC Dallas, though. But look at Pico with a slide tackle far side. Could not win it back, though, as it goes out of play off of Pico across the touchline. It'll be a defensive half. Far side throw, and FC Dallas right side of the pitch. Afonso, last time we saw him was at Houston in that 4-1 victory, which seems like forever ago because Inter Miami feels like has played about 70 matches since then. In the second week of the MLS season, a 4-1 victory. Inter Miami has scored twice in this opening half. We're in the 37th minute, and Inter Miami in its defensive third, left side of the pitch. Now the pitch is engulfed in majority shadows on the near side. I'd say it's about 60-40. The far side of the pitch still illuminated by the setting sun. Yannick Bright for Inter Miami, center circle far side, charges into the right, attacking half. On to Pico, 1-2, back to Bright. Bright, far side and near side. Could not push the ball past a sliding Anderson Julio. If he was able to get it there, Kremoski and Frey were both making runs up the right channel. FC Dallas tried to play it into the middle and a giveaway from Bright. Here comes FC Dallas. Acosta, top of the box right side. Acosta had it tackled away by Falcone. How good is that for Maxi Falcone? An all-man defensive play and a long ball ahead into the center circle. Afonso unable to win it for Inter Miami. And FC Dallas retrieves in the center circle, attacking midfield. FC Dallas has had the better of the ball for about the last 5 minutes. We're in the 38th minute now, halfway through minute number 38. Inter Miami 2, FC Dallas 1. Center circle left attacking half. Ramiro pushed it back to the center stripe. That's where Ibiaga, who was beaten by Abando for the second Inter Miami goal, will help FC Dallas keep possession left side of the pitch in that attacking half. Origide surveys, and now near the near left touchline, Norris will send it back to Origide. Near side to far side, FC Dallas trying to push this ball, and eventually makes it to Ramiro. But Inter Miami comes up with an interception thanks to Yannick Bright. And now a fight for the ball. Martinez, far left touchline, was able to get it to Pico. He was tackled off the ball by two different FC Dallas players and has some room to operate for FC Dallas. From the center circle, play through. Onto the ball, FC Dallas still maintains possession. Right of the area, and a foul against Inter Miami. And a quick restart for FC Dallas, and the referee blows the whistle, says we were not ready to go, as Acosta tried to get it on to Farrington. Farrington was the one who tumbled to the turf to draw the stoppage in play. And the referee says, bring it back. You'll have your opportunity from about 30 yards. Extended right side of the area. The extended border of that right side of the box is where this free kick delivery is going to come for FC Dallas, about 28 yards away. I believe it's going to be Acosta for Dallas, who is going to do the duties. And it is. He's the only FC Dallas player to stand over it. There's the whistle in the 40th minute. He pushes it to the middle of the 6-yard box. It's headed up and over Drake Callender's goal. And it is going to be a goal kick awarded to Inter Miami. Good pace on that from Acosta, wearing the captain's armband for FC Dallas. But the marking was solid for Inter Miami and no danger to Drake Callender. Callender making his second start for Javier Mascherano in goal in 2025. This is his third appearance. First time we saw Callender this season, who battled injury almost the entire preseason. He was able to relieve Ustari, Oscar Ustari, in the 86th minute in a 2-1 win over Philadelphia Union, and then started a week later in that 1-1 draw with Toronto. Fafa Pico called for a foul in Inter Miami's left defensive half on that far touchline, was trying to backtrack to win a ball, and is called for an aggressive tackle. Been a fairly active whistle for Lucas Spalla, our referee tonight, but no cards to speak of, though looking at the replay, Pico is getting a bit of a warning, and rightfully so. So FC Dallas will try and play it out of the back. 2-1 is the Inter Miami lead as we approach minute number 42 here in South Florida. Norris for FC Dallas, center line near side. Sky the ball to nobody, at least no teammate of his, and Maxi Falcon with that flowing mane heads it back to Callender, the Inter Miami goalkeeper, and Inter Miami with Martinez from his left back spot. Handles. Tries to chip it up in the air to Obando along the touchline. He got knocked on from behind, but the referee says not enough there for a foul, and FC Dallas is back on it. We are seeing a lot more aerial efforts in the attack from Inter Miami than we have really at any point this season. It's no secret that the likes of Busquets and Messi and Suarez, they want to play up the middle channel, like to short-range pass, make runs, see through ground level. Inter Miami's trying to go up over the top a bit more here this evening, and perhaps that's something that Inter Miami attempts to do against Vancouver on Wednesday night. Callender, Inter Miami's goalkeeper, lifts the ball high in the air into the center circle. Inter Miami this season came into tonight only 84 scoring attempts. That's second worst in MLS, and 11.56 expected goals, if you believe in that number. Fifth worst in MLS. So the attack has struggled, and the numbers back it up. But here in this opening half, Inter Miami, 2 goals and a 2-1 advantage over FC Dallas, getting to the later stages of the opening 45. Callender in front of his own goal in his 6-yard box, swipes the ball to the far left touchline, able to get some help from Davi Martinez. Now Yannick Bright sends it into the attacking half of Bondo. Nifty touch. Yannick Bright on the run up the left channel. Wanted to play it up the middle for Afonso, who was making a run, but too much on it. Afonso was shielded off the ball by Ibeagha, and it rolls onto the right foot of Martin Paz, who came up to about the penalty spot in front of his goal, the goalkeeper for FC Dallas, to grab hold of possession. Already some movement for FC Dallas along their touchline. You wonder if there's going to be some halftime substitutions for Eric Quill. Really no action for Inter Miami. Long ball from the back. Origide sent it to the top of the Inter Miami box. Callender came out to play it with his head, but running up is Kayike, who has not seen a lot of touches here tonight in the midfield for FC Dallas to win it. He has it tackled away, being challenged along the far touchline, and the left attacking third on Kayike is going to throw it in. Actually, he'll now leave it off, and he'll let someone else handle that. Kayike brought in from Grêmio, the legendary Brazilian side, and his first Dallas start 2 weeks ago, and starts here tonight. Off the throw-in, here's Inter Miami. After winning the ball back, far touchline defensive half, a high ball. Norris swipes it out of play from the middle. About 5 rows deep on the far side in the Inter Miami defensive half. And 2 minutes of extra time. 2 additional minutes in this opening half just announced, presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Drake Callender for Inter Miami in front of his goal with his right foot blasted near the center stripe on the near side, and FC Dallas is back on it. It'll roll into their right defensive third, and it's collected by Nolan Norris. This for Nolan Norris, his 5th start of the season. He is one of the many homegrowns on this Dallas roster. Made the youngest debut in club history in 2023, 18 years, 103 days old. The aforementioned Norris with his left foot gives it up. Left defensive half to Origide. And now another long ball from the defensive half. Farrington on the end of it. He gets it top the box, extended near side, left side. Drives into the area onto his right foot. Farrington. Acosta was fed. Tried to backheel it back to Farrington. Well done by Inter Miami to win it back. And as we get ourselves into the final 30 seconds of this half, Yannick Bright will take his time. Good footwork. Martinez goes far side to near side. Midfield stripe. Couldn't pick out Kremoski as Norris picked it off for FC Dallas. Hard charging left to right show to the inside. Gave it to Ramiro. Ramiro, long ball up ahead. A fight for it in the penalty arc. And Drake Callender will have it be headed onto him on a hop. He hits the turf at the border of the 6-yard box, lays on it, waits for the whistle, and there it is. That is the end of the first half. Was not a great start for Inter Miami, as Shaq Moore was able to clean up a mess in front of goal and beat Drake Callender, poking the ball through traffic in the opening 8 minutes of the match to make it 1-0 to the visitors. But Inter Miami, just 8 minutes later, Fafa Pico able to collect a loose ball in front of goal and score his second of the season and the debut goal for Alan Abando, the young Inter Miami 18-year-old. He was able to make a beautiful run up the middle and take a picture-perfect feed from Ian Frey, beat Martin Paz, and give Inter Miami the lead. 2-1, Inter Miami at halftime. When we come back, Mike Rizzo has your numbers from the opening half, highlights as well, and storylines from around Major League Soccer. 45 and change in the books here in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami 2, FC Dallas 1. It's Inter Miami football on ESPN West Palm.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron is here. The next chapter of Audi starts now.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 24 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and Men's Lacrosse title. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 1063. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Goals, and goals. 3 first-half goals in this game between our Inter Miami Herons and FC Dallas. Welcome on in, folks, to the halftime report. I mentioned in the pregame show, 1 goal from April 9th, that crazy ending to the CONCACAF quarterfinal game between LAFC and our Inter Miami Herons, where our Inter Miami scored 3 goals in 1 game. Since that game, there has been 1 goal scored in all competitions. Well, Inter Miami, and let's call it for what it is, kind of the second team, break that today with 2 first-half goals. They are up 2-1 in this game at halftime. Now, they're calling that first goal a own goal, so Fafa Pico will not get credit for that goal. They are calling that an own goal, as I'm seeing here on my end, but Alan Abando is our good buddy Ken Levica, who is on the call. You know, his first start ever for the Herons, he finds the back of the net. And Ken also said something that stuck out to me. Inter Miami's playing through the air tonight with no Lionel Messi, with no Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets. They are playing through the air tonight. Now, you notice I mentioned I left off Jordi Alba. Alba loves launching those balls deep downfield and getting chances. But I feel like with this personnel, with this specific personnel that Javier Mascherano has out there in the lineup, I like it. I like the change of pace. And with the athlete that Alan Abando is as well, I think all things are working out, all considered. So 2-1 at halftime. Let's go through a couple of match facts. Inter Miami actually has not had possession. Usually Inter Miami dominating possession time. They've had the ball 46% compared to FC Dallas's 54. XGs, if you're into that kind of thing, expected goals, Inter Miami has 1.3. FC Dallas has 0.45. 11 total shots in the game, 6 for the Herons, 5 for SC Dallas, 3 on target for the Herons, 2 on target for Dallas, and 4 big chances for the Herons in this game. 2 big chances missed for the Herons, but they are still up 2-1 at halftime. Got a couple of highlights for you. Let's rip them off. Shaq Moore opened the scoring off. FC Dallas actually went up 1-0 in the 8th minute. Let's take a listen to the Shaq Moore goal.
The shot was blocked by Falcone. It's still loose in the area, and it's deposited into the back of the net. FC Dallas with the goal, cleaning up the mess. Shaq Moore, the veteran, the former Nashville SC star, and Inter Miami concedes in the 8th minute, 1-0. FC Dallas on top.
Didn't take long for Inter Miami to have an answer. Originally, we thought this was a Fafa Pico Ricky rebound goal, as the kids say, but it ultimately was turned into an own goal by Moore on the FC Dallas side. But let's hear the build-up play and the great call by our good buddy Ken LaVicka.
Nutmegs a defender, drives to the right side of the box. He's inside the box to the end line, plays it to the middle, edge of the 6-yard area. The keeper was able to keep it up, and then Pico blasted it home. Camped out on the far post, and he blasted it past Paz. It was all set up by an inspired 1v1 effort from Ian Frey, and Inter Miami equalizes 1-1 in the 15th minute. Bob Pico with his second goal of the season.
So according to my stat sheet here, it turned out to be an own goal, but a beautiful play by Ian Frey. You heard Ken say he nutmegs a defender, meaning he goes through his legs, has a beautiful ball in the middle, originally unable to finish, but as I said, Ricky rebound, Fafa Pico came on over, blasted it apparently off of Moore, or got a deflection of Moore and went into the back of the net. But regardless, our Herons tied this one at 1. Our next highlight, we're going to fast forward to about the 25th minute, where no penalty kick was given to Alan Abando on this potential header. Let's take a listen on a kind of physical play in the box. A lot of Inter Miami supporters and players wanted a penalty here.
High up into the air it goes. Abando headed it down. There's a fight for it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Falcone was swiped to the ground and appealed for a penalty. The referee says play on, much to the crowd's displeasure and the Inter Miami players' fury.
I went and did some digging, and according to the one of the broadcasts, they said the referee deemed that the contact occurred in a natural position, and the replay confirms that Norris's arm was indeed close to his body. That would have been a very harsh penalty if it was given. So apparently, allegedly, the right call given, but it didn't ultimately end up mattering because Alan Abando ended up finding the back of the net here in the 29th minute, 4 minutes later.
Top of the box is jetted, near side, right side. Oh, a wonderful cross, and it's poked home by Abando. The 18-year-old Alan Abando inside the 6-yard box, got a right foot on it. It trickled under Paz, and he has his debut goal in an Inter Miami shirt. How about that for the teenager, Alan Abando? First start, first goal, and it's Inter Miami's first lead, 2-1.
Some more press clippings for you in this one. Inter Miami have now scored 9 first-half goals in 9 games. Only Nashville and San Jose, who have 11, have scored more in the MLS this season. So 9 first-half goals for our Inter Miami Herons in 9 games. Very, very impressive stuff. And then on top of that, Inter Miami has also now managed to find the back of the net in each of their last 25 MLS home games. So each of their last 25 MLS home games, Inter Miami has scored pretty good by our Herons, if I do say so myself. Now, I mentioned Inter Miami is still the only undefeated remaining team within the MLS. They have 3 draws and 5 wins. And after last week with the 1-0 win over the Columbus Crew, Inter Miami equaled the longest regular season unbeaten streak in MLS history at 19 games, tying the Crew's run in 2004 and 2005 and FC Dallas's run in 2010. Miami have won 13 of their 19 games in this run, while the Crew won 9 times in theirs and Dallas won 10 times. Can Miami hold on to the set of new records themselves? So if Miami wins this game and this fixture at home, certainly will keep that streak alive as well. Folks, this has been the Inter Miami Halftime Show. We are powered by our good friends at Audi. Get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealers. The road is calling, and embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new fully electric brand new 2025 Audi Q6 e-tron, featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi technology. Folks, it's not just an electric vehicle, it's a new way to experience driving. The Q6 e-tron is a premium midsize all-electric SUV that boosts an EPA estimated range of up to 321 miles, allowing you to get where you want to go in state-of-the-art fashion. The next chapter of Audi starts now. Test drive the Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. Quickly, let's go through the MLS table and games that are happening as well right now on this beautiful Sunday. Vancouver is up 3-1 on Minnesota. Obviously, our Herons up 2-1 on FC Dallas. And we have two late games kicking off later on today. LAFC at 7 p.m. and St. Louis City and LA Galaxy and the Portland Timbers. It is now time to get back out onto the pitch with our good buddy Ken LaVicka. Ken, bring us home.
Mike Rizzo, appreciate you. And you heard it was a twisting, winding tale of an opening half. Inter Miami conceding in the 8th minute, courtesy Shaq Moore. And then Mike pointing out that Shaq Moore was credited with the own goal on the what we believe was Fafa Pico tally in minute number 16. Alan Abando, the 18-year-old, with his first goal in an Inter Miami shirt, 2-1 after 45 minutes as we get set for the second half. And that own goal would have come as Martin Paz, the goalkeeper for FC Dallas, was on his back swiping at the ball. Didn't look like it went fully across the goal line. One of those things you had to take a telescope to look at, get the Hubble out, and take 4 or 5 different glances at it. But Fafa Pico does not get his second goal of the season. But Inter Miami did get its first goal of the night. 2-1 Inter Miami on top. We're back underway. Second half here in Fort Lauderdale. Ken LaVicka with you. And to my right, the onside engineer, the OG, Oscar Gonzalez. And Inter Miami going right to left in the attack to open the second half of action. No Lionel Messi tonight, or Jordi Alba, or Luis Suarez. Sergio Busquets is available, but you don't know if he's going to play. Inter Miami would probably prefer not to, needing everything they can get. A Herculean effort on Wednesday night in the second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup against Vancouver, with Inter Miami down 2-0 on aggregate. Vancouver, they just keep rolling. They won earlier today over Minnesota United 3-1. They are on top of the Western Conference, and they are playing outstanding, inspired football. Inter Miami is going to have a goal kick via Drake Callender after Maxi Falcone. His attempt to play out of the back was taken out of play by Acosta of FC Dallas across the end line. The very talented veteran forward for FC Dallas. And now Drake Callender is going to, from his own 6-yard box, deposit a ball along the far right touchline, and Ian Frey is on it for Inter Miami. Frey, who was largely responsible for the opening goal for Inter Miami with his strong 1v1 efforts and abilities on the right side. He's the one who pushed the ball into danger, and Inter Miami was able to capitalize off of it. Here's Fafa Pico winning the ball in the defensive midfield, but he is quickly played off of it by FC Dallas' Norris on the far side, and he is going to trickle the ball onto Martin Paz. The 2024 MLS All-Star was Paz, the Dallas goalkeeper. Joined FC Dallas 2022 from FC Utrecht. He's an Indonesia international, despite the fact that he is Dutch because of his grandmother's heritage. And he has been a steady presence in front of goal for Eric Quill's FC Dallas side. 2-1 Inter Miami on top. And FC Dallas trying to play it out of the defensive half. Yannick Bright with a steal. And here he comes into the left attacking third for Inter Miami. Again, left side of the pitch. Aviles pushes it right foot onto Pico. Pico along the touchline, far side. Pico lifts the ball inside the box. And Ramiro is there to clean it up for Dallas. And he heads it to Paz, who says, everybody, hold up. He scoops it up into his forearms and distributes, and FC Dallas back out on the run. Sternal movement along the Inter Miami touchline. Javier Mascherano used only 2 substitutes on Thursday night at Vancouver. Long ball defensive half, a new attacking third for FC Dallas. Wanted Farrington or Zoragide, but it was read well by Maxi Falcone. And now Inter Miami defensive half. to attacking half, right to left, long ball. It's battled for by Abando along the touchline far side. And FC Dallas will earn a throw, and as it trickles across the line. Inter Miami has been a more potent away side at this point of the season than they are here in Fort Lauderdale. 10 away points coming into tonight. Then points earned to the table here at Chase Stadium, which was 8. 4 matches each coming into this evening. Inter Miami has played home and away. Really not much of an explanation for that, as FC Dallas will send another ball over the top from the defensive half. Ramiro decided to give it a ride, and Drake Callender took 4 steps back into the box. He was playing off his line at the top of the area and let it bounce into his arms, despite an oncoming Anderson Julio asking some questions in the FC Dallas attack. Meanwhile, FC Dallas, they have 8 away goals on the year, only 3 at home. So FC Dallas fans not exactly getting their money's worth, but hopefully they're watching on Apple TV Plus, because their side does find the goal-scoring bug outside of the Dallas Metroplex area. That 8th away goal on the season coming in the 8th minute, courtesy of Shaq Moore, but it's Inter Miami on top on the scoreline, 2-1. Minute number 50. And Inter Miami in the defensive midfield. Martinez, near side to far side ball. That's well done to Pico on the touchline. He got swiped to the turf. He is fouled by Norris. What a beautiful ball from Davi Martinez at the center stripe. And then he delivered a ball all the way near side to far side across the pitch. Floated it on to Pico, who was fouled immediately at the edge of the attacking third. Inter Miami off the restart. This is a ball that is blistered to the top of the box, headed away, though, by FC Dallas, and a strong turn for FC Dallas as Oagide was trying to bully the ball forward. But Martinez able to come up with a steal. Martinez wanted to try and push a ball to Pico, who was coming up the right channel. He was dispossessed, but now Pico has it. Here's a deflected cross. Went off of an FC Dallas player. That's Norris. And across the end line. And Inter Miami in the 51st minute has its opening corner of half number 2, up 2-1. And all Inter Miami corners brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. With no Messi or Alba tonight for Inter Miami, it's Ben Kremoski handling the corner duties. This will be an outswinger far side to near side, and he approaches, and a whistle blew, and a FC Dallas player is on the turf, Oregide. And we're going to attempt this corner again, I believe. The referee, Lucas Apala, is motioning for Maxi Falcone to come over and Oregide, and there's going to be a meeting of the minds to make sure that nothing gets more aggressive than it just did. And now Kremoski is going to give his second attempt at the corner. Here it comes. High in the air, edge of the 6-yard area, headed out by FC Dallas, but clearance not completed as Pico gets on it, this time on the left side. Pico is for Inter Miami in the attack. Now, Yannick Bright for Inter Miami, left of the center circle. And Davi Martinez from the attacking half will deliver it all the way into the Inter Miami defensive third for Drake Callender. And Inter Miami trying to stretch this FC Dallas defense. Will push it back across the center stripe. Back heel from Yannick Bright on Martinez. Now Kremoski from his midfield spot. Kremoski left of the center circle in the defensive midfield, and it's stolen from behind by Acosta, but a bad giveaway for FC Dallas. Aviles charging forward up the middle. Left attack in half. Good ball right of the box. Pico tackled down violently right side of the area, and the referee said it was clean, and it rolls across the far end line. Corner for Inter Miami, but Pico wanted more. He's still down. As Abando comes over to check on him with Tomas Aviles, the referee said clean tackle, and it was not. I'm sorry. Urquidy never made contact with the ball. Instead, he clipped Pico in the ankles. Contact with the body first. But it's a Lionel Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath corner kick for Inter Miami. Kremoski, far side to near side. Chips it into the middle of the area. Headed up and out. But Bright has it for Inter Miami. Plays it back for Frey. Frey chips it right of the area. Nice ball, Aviles. On to Kremoski. He's inside the box near the end line. Now he retreats, sends it right to the area. Lujan trying to make a 1v1 move, and he's called for a foul, as going to ground for FC Dallas was Shaq Moore. That's frustrating for Inter Miami. Lujan called for a touch foul after Pico was undercut in the area moments before, and the referee said play on with Pico chopped down. And Lujan, a simple two-hand touch on the backside, gets called for the infraction. Inter Miami feeling as if they were done wrong, and FC Dallas tries to play out of the back. 2-1 Inter Miami, 54-30 on the clock in this second half in Fort Lauderdale. Good job by Inter Miami to win the ball back in the center circle. Tomas Aviles did that for Inter Miami. Aviles between three defenders. Nifty little play onto Kremoski in the attacking midfield for Inter Miami on the inside left channel. Now it's played into the defensive half where Maxi Falcone pushes it far touchline for Inter Miami. Now Pico just across the center stripe sends it back to the defensive half. Inter Miami some short range, just trying to find some real estate. And the ball is rolled onto the feet of Drake Callender near the top of the box. Inter Miami starting goalkeeper tonight for a second time this season. In the minute number 55, 2-1 Inter Miami. Here's Afonso for Inter Miami. Played it to the defensive half. Good ball forward on to Kremoski. Kremoski left of the area. Tried to not make a defender. Did get around him. And then a left foot shot. Score! Coming from the backside out of nowhere. And tallying for Inter Miami is Davi Martinez. Where did he come from? Nobody saw him, including the FC Dallas defenders. And he hit it from the left side of the box, off the far post, and it was able to bounce inside the netting. And it's 3-1 Inter Miami, 55th minute. Spectacular support from Davi Martinez. Oh, how do you not love that? He came into tonight only 11 minutes under his belt in 2025, and he has a goal. Kremoski wrestling, fighting so hard, and Martinez, like a comet, streaks in and finishes with a left foot. The last time Davi Martinez scored was in the playoffs. The first leg against Atlanta United. And Martinez is back on the score sheet. 3-1, Inter Miami. Inter Miami's most goals in an MLS match this season, 4 in that victory over Houston, match day number 2. And they're approaching that here tonight. FC Dallas trying to get into the attacking third right side of the pitch, and an offside flag is up. Julio is trying to get behind the Inter Miami defense. And he made a run too quickly, and now FC Dallas will have its opening substitutions of the night. Lalas Abubakar, the former University of Dayton star, is going to come on. I believe he's going to take Nolan Norris off at left back, and that is the case. And Pedrinho has entered for FC Dallas as well. Pedrinho will come on for FC Dallas, like I said, along with Lalas Abubakar. So some fresh legs for Eric Quill with his FC Dallas side now trailing 3-1 Inter Miami goals, courtesy of a Shaq Moore own goal, though Fafa Pico probably should have been credited for that. And FC Dallas on the run. Look out here into the right attacking half. Well done by Lujan to extinguish a play through as Pedrinho was trying to find a runner on his left side, Julio. But the Shaq Moore own goal, then the Alan Obando tally for Inter Miami. And just moments ago, David Martinez with the goal. Off of a turnover, Inter Miami wants to charge forward. Left attacking half. Kremoski sent a pass behind Afonso, who thought it was going to be delivered to the inside. Instead, Kremoski delivered it toward the outside on the touchline to the left. And Afonso could not adjust his body to get there. Rolls across the touchline for a throw-in. 3-1 Inter Miami. 59th minute. And FC Dallas with Inter Miami a little bit sloppy defensively on the right side, able to send it to the top of the box. Farrington lays it off into the penalty arc. Now to the right side. Here's a right-footed shot. Oh, great save by Callender. Ball's loose. Callender able to make another short-range block to the right of the 6-yard box. Both time denying Shaq Moore. 2 saves for Callender. The ball sails out of play across the near end line for an FC Dallas corner, but Inter Miami will take it. Callender says no to Moore on 2 different occasions. Now Julio has it tackled away as he tried to spin along the touchline inside the area. Pico with the tackle. And the referee has to come in and separate Ben Kremoski and I believe Origide. Yeah. Falcone has come on now to be an Inter Miami enforcer. The referee blows his whistle again to try and interfere with the aggression. And now we have a corner with Anderson Julio from the near side to far side. In the FC Dallas right attacking third, almost the entire pitch is covered by shadow at this juncture at about 6:30 Eastern time. The south end of the field is completely shadowed. Acosta off a short corner, tried to send a ball back post from the near side, headed up into the air by Inter Miami. And a good job by David Martinez on that far side to not only poke it up in the air, but then poke it away out of the box. And then Gonzalo Lujan over to make life difficult, make that Ben Kremoski for Inter Miami on the far touchline. And the ball goes off of an FC Dallas player for a throw-in on the far side in the Inter Miami right defensive third. Good, aggressive, smart defending for the most part tonight from Inter Miami after that lapse in the 8th minute allowed Shaq Moore to jump on a loose ball and score. Inter Miami up 3-1 and looking for more. It's been a good night so far for the home side. Obando with a tackle as FC Dallas gained the ball in the midfield, and it'll be after the ball went across the far touchline. FC Dallas on the ball. In the middle, here's Abubakar. Sends it along the inside right channel to Shaq Moore, who is up in the attack. Pedrinho, right of the box. Pedrinho drags, got by a defender. Now a second. Now Acosta feeds it right side of the box, and he chipped it right on the calendar, did Ramiro. He will have wanted to do better with that. Ramiro was streaking toward the end line, really didn't have a defender anywhere within 6-7 feet of him. I believe he was trying to pick out somebody on the back post, but instead just chipped it right into Calendar, who was able to stand flat-footed and catch that ball. So that chance for FC Dallas goes by the wayside. 62nd minute here in Fort Lauderdale. 3-1, Inter Miami on top. Yannick Bright steps in front of a pass on the inside left channel. In the right attacking third for FC Dallas. Sends it out of play near side, and the ensuing throw-in for FC Dallas. Moore under Ramiro to the inside of Costa. Tried a little 1-2 action about 30 yards from goal. Won by Obando, but then Abando's dispossessed. Pedrinho pushes it to the edge of the box. Turning, looking for some way to get through was Farrington. And then a foul is called on Inter Miami. And that is Davi Martinez as he spun down a Dallas attacker, Shaq Moore, right of the box. And this is going to be a free kick for Dallas. About 6 yards outside the near right of the area. A dangerous attacking third set piece here for Dallas. It'll be Luciano Acosta to deliver with his right foot. He'll swipe it in, see if he can find a head or an FC Dallas body. Acosta right into the middle. It was headed down, and then FC Dallas scores. It was headed by Origide. It didn't go anywhere, but it fell onto his right foot, and he's able to blast it right by Callender, upper left of the goal, and it's game on in Fort Lauderdale. 3-2. FC Dallas within one in the 64th minute. Origide pounced right on top of that loose ball after his header was not able to get through Falcone, but then Origide found a bit of a path with his right foot after the ball took a hop. It may have deflected off of Falcone, and now Falcone's going to be substituted off, and Javier Mascherano will make his opening substitution salvo. Noah Allen will replace Falcone. (3-2) Inter Miami has seen its lead cut to 1. Now in a minute number 65, so certainly job not done yet. And now FC Dallas asking some questions again, but Lujan able to swipe it away, and Inter Miami in the left attacking half has Kromaski up the right side, charging towards the area. Kromaski surveys, and he sent a very poor right-footed delivery to Obando that never made it through. But he's right back on the ball, right of the box. Kromaski, can he do better with it this time? Had it poked away, and then it's cleared into the seats, far side across the touchline for an Inter Miami throw-in. Another substitution for Inter Miami. Federico Redondo has entered as well. So Redondo, who got the start at Vancouver in the first leg CONCACAF Champions Cup, is in the match in the 65th minute. Inter Miami 3, Dallas 2. Pico won a ball right of the box, could not get to it though before it rolled across the end line far side. And it's going to be a goal kick for FC Dallas. And now the referee stops play. There's an injured FC Dallas player in the defensive third. For the 10th place side in the Western Conference, FC Dallas, they have battled a ton of injuries this season. FC Dallas in the right attacking half. Here they come up the inside left channel. Lujan was able to pick off a pass at the top of the box that was intended for Farrington on the inside left channel. But Inter Miami can't get it out of its attacking half, and FC Dallas goes to work. FC Dallas standing in front of the center circle. Right side of the pitch, attacking half. Shaq Moore on the near side. That's won by Inter Miami and Federico Redondo. Now Noah Allen up the left touch line. Still in the defensive midfield for Inter Miami. Well done by Redondo to fight off two FC Dallas players and give it to Davi Martinez. Martinez near side to far side. Could not hit the mark. Wanted to Lujan on that far side. So Maxi Falcone has come off for Inter Miami. Noah Allen replaced him. And Redondo replaces Afonso. So a reconfiguration of the attack here for Inter Miami. Inter Miami with a steal in the defensive half. Now Obando. Nice ball to the outside right side along the touchline. Lujan surges, sends in a cross, wants Pico. It found him, but it just barely grazed his right ankle because Abubakar was marking him, and the ball rolls to Paz, who distributes immediately. But that was a pretty good run. Nice build-up there for Inter Miami, but look out. FC Dallas behind the defense. 1v1, we are level 3-3. The equalizing goal for Anderson Julio. The Inter Miami defense fell asleep. That was too easy. 2 goals in just a 5-minute span for FC Dallas, and in the 68th minute, it is 3-3. For Julio, his second goal of the season. That is not good enough defensively from Inter Miami. It was Lujan and Ian Frey, right side of the defense, that fell asleep as Julio made the run. He chested it down wonderfully, and he slotted it by Callender with a right foot. So Inter Miami is going to have to get back on the ball. Uragide in the 65th, Julio in the 69th, and FC Dallas has erased a 2-goal advantage. Inter Miami, who came into this match tied for first in MLS in fewest goals conceded, well, that's going to be inflated in a massive manner. Fafa Pico is down and injured off the restart to play. He got tied up with Abubakar, and Pico is just laying face down on the turf. The referee is going to call out the physio here as we approach minute number 70. Inter Miami and FC Dallas even at 3. Inter Miami looked like it was going to cruise to a victory, but suddenly now you have to wonder if Inter Miami is going to be able to hang on and remain the only unbeaten team in MLS play. Well, look at the replay here to see what might have happened to Fafa Pico. Not quite sure. Inter Miami, regardless, is going to have possession. Fafa had to come off initially. He'll be let back on momentarily, but play's about to restart with Inter Miami down a man momentarily. Here's Martinez for Inter Miami. His attempt to play a ball forward was blocked by Acosta and stolen, but then Martinez won it right back. Pico has been allowed on. Instead, into the middle goes Martinez with the ball to Kromaski in the center circle. Sprays it out wide, right side. Here's Ian Frey. Frey against Shaq Moore. Now into the middle. Yannick Bright for Inter Miami. On Noah Allen. Back to Bright. Inside left channel in the attacking midfield. Pushed it back into the defensive half for Inter Miami. Out of Martinez and out Tomas Aviles. We'll give it to Lujan from his right back spot. Lujan into the middle, Redondo. Kromaski right back to Redondo. 1-2 action. Redondo thought about a long ball forward as Allen was making a run from his left back spot and instead played into the midfield, and Allen now has it near left touchline. Inter Miami surges into the left attacking third. Yannick Bright, full head of speed. Bright step over Bright. Left-footed cross. It was deflected and cleared away by FC Dallas to the near side, and Acosta a heavy touch right back on Noah Allen. Inter Miami back on the ball about 40 yards away. Near side to far side pass. Redondo to Kromaski. Back to Redondo in the middle. Redondo looks on. Sends it off to the right for Frey. Frey pushes it back. Redondo still in the attacking half for Inter Miami. 3-3. Back-to-back goals in a just under 5-minute span for FC Dallas have drawn us level. Here's Abando winning a ball. Good touch on Frey. Right of the box, Kromaski. Kromaski, low cross! Could not get it to Pico. Ramiro at the last moment shielded Pico from the ball as Paz fell on it. The Dallas keeper, and it remains 3-3. What felt like a nice vibe check a momentum grabber for Inter Miami going into a do-or-die second leg Wednesday CONCACAF Champions Cup here at Chase Stadium against Vancouver Whitecaps has turned into a white-knuckle affair where the defense has looked suspect in this second half. Here's Abubakar. On the near side, just barely into the right attacking half for FC Dallas, played it back. FC Dallas is trying to find someone making a vertical run. Nobody home. Acosta was flat-footed. He looks back to his midfield and says, guys, come on, you got to wait for me. So Inter Miami, after Callender got the ball back into the play for Inter Miami. Back on the ball. Here's Pico racing up the left channel against Abubakar, and he has it tackled away on the left wing before he got to the box. Abubakar, a nice defensive play to push it across the touchline near side. It's going to be an Inter Miami throw-in, and here come more reinforcements for Javier Mascherano. Tadeo Allende will take Abando off. Abando with a goal is first in an Inter Miami uniform. So Tadeo Allende, who has not been in great form since returning from injury after taking a knock in the late win over Atlanta United, he'll come off, and Talasco Segovia will end Yannick Bright's evening. So Inter Miami makes substitutions 3 and 4 in this second half. As we are just about to welcome you to minute number 75, which we have officially hit. Inter Miami 3, FC Dallas 3. Noah Allen tried to throw it in from the near side, and the referee said we weren't ready yet. Kaike for FC Dallas had to come over and receive some treatment initially. FC Dallas down to 10 men momentarily. He'll come on here in just a second as the Dallas physio is looking at him. The fourth official says you can't come on yet as Inter Miami develops into the attack. Left attacking half, Redondo for Inter Miami. One of those 4 second half Javier Mascherano substitutions. He's to the right of the center circle. Sends it to Lujan, who comes out of the back. Lujan inside left channel. Sends it back near the center stripe for Redondo. Now Segovia in the middle. Under Kremoski, right side. Along the touchline, Lujan to Segovia, trying to push it to the outside. Nobody home. FC Dallas was able to clear it, but not into their attacking half. And then a foul as Segovia is taken down from behind. And Inter Miami will have a free kick. This is about 42 yards away from goal. And another quick restart for Inter Miami is wiped out by the referee, who says replace the ball. And Inter Miami does. 3-3, Inter Miami and FC Dallas. A long ball from Aviles to the outside of the right portion of the area. Ian Frey was there for a moment. It went off of his back, but then caromed away from him. But here's Allende into the middle. He had it taken off his left foot. He was looking for some space to unleash his shot from just outside the penalty arc. And Inter Miami will have the ball played back to them in the defensive half and right back to work. Go the men in pink. Here's Kremoski in the attacking midfield. Tackled off the ball, and FC Dallas won that back. That was too easy. Good job by Redondo of Inter Miami to win that ball back. And now left attacking third. Here's Pico racing onto a ball along the touchline near side against Abubakar. This has been one heck of a matchup. 1v1, these two going at one another. Pico had a pass to the flank, tipped momentarily by Farrington, but Redondo plays the ball high into the box. Allende was on the end of it. He got swiped down. He appeals for a penalty, and the referee says, and the ball is going to be skied back to the center stripe. Allende pops up with a little bit of a limp. Inter Miami goes back to work. Redondo in a tight space, flanked by 3 FC Dallas players, will play it back on to Martinez. Long ball ahead. Allende had it go off of his chest. It rolls onto Kremoski, and then a late whistle, and a foul is called on Allende. Going to say he grabbed the shoulder of a Dallas defender, and the referee will give the ball to FC Dallas. Origide was the man who hit the turf for Dallas. Javier Mascherano vehemently disagreed with that referee's decision. 3-3, Inter Miami and FC Dallas, 78 and a half minutes on the clock. And FC Dallas surging forward. And FC Dallas still on the ball after it pinballed momentarily between several players, and a ticky-tack foul called on Kromaski as Acosta was trying to maneuver around him, and then Segovia is called for a foul on the restart. This is getting frustrating for these Inter Miami fans. Good crowd on a Sunday evening here in Fort Lauderdale. They've watched their team cough up a 3-1 advantage. Still time to make things right, but now FC Dallas is the one with the free kick that will come from about 30 yards out, straight on. I don't think this is a spot where FC Dallas is going to try and put it on goal. Acosta stands over it, as does Pedrinho. We've had no cards in this match. Pedrinho lofts it to the right side of the area. Well done by Martinez of Inter Miami to head it out, but it's not cleared. And then Abubakar muffs the ball out of play off his knee across the near touchline, and he's frustrated as Inter Miami throws it in quickly. Here is Redondo. Good ball near side to far side in the Inter Miami defensive half, finds Frey. Frey pushes forward on the right channel, and he was easily dispossessed by Anderson Julio. And here comes Julio into the right attacking half. Gave it to Acosta, a ton of room up the middle. Acosta played it through, and Callender able to run up and take it off the feet of Julio. Julio had a 1v1 developing against Callender, but a very heavy touch. There was contact in the box after that ball was fallen upon by Callender. And here's Inter Miami. Segovia could not get around a defender. If he could, it would be a 3-on-2. Segovia clunky with the ball, and now FC Dallas into the right attacking third. This played through. Look out. It's into the middle, and it's an FC Dallas goal. It was a poor clearance, and Pedrinho has given Dallas the lead 4-3. In the 80th minute, Callender, in frustration, punts the ball away. Inter Miami's defense has fallen apart. 3 second-half goals for the visitors, and Javier Mascherano is trying to figure out what in the world has happened to his defense. 4-3, FC Dallas. Inexplicable and unacceptable. Well, Inter Miami's been playing with fire here over the last 15 minutes or so defensively. Some unsure clearances. It was played to Farrington. He came to the left side of the area. He got to the end line after being shouldered off the ball by Frey, but had the wherewithal to play it back into the middle. The referee is going to check and see if the ball went across the end line, but Farrington found a trailing Pedrinho, and the FC Dallas substitution converted into the right portion of goal. The goal stands 4-3, FC Dallas. And Lionel Messi, behind the Inter Miami bench, shakes his head. We're going to have our first card of the day issued. I believe it was shown to Acosta of FC Dallas. My goodness. 4-3, FC Dallas. Here's Allen trying to feed it into the box from the left side. It trickles across the near end line. In the left attacking third. And this is going to be a corner for Inter Miami after it was slid across that end line. All corners brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. And it'll be a near side to far side Kromaski corner. Sends it high into the air, edge of the 6-yard box, headed down but wide of the far post by Davi Martinez. 4-3 FC Dallas into the 83rd minute. All Inter Miami corners brought to you by Leiter, Router, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Inter Miami is staring its first MLS defeat of 2025 square in the face. 83-38, 83-39. 4-3 FC Dallas, the 10th place side in the West. And it's the Inter Miami attack that has seen most of the seldom used players in a reconfigured 11 today. The defense has been primarily first teamers. Inter Miami into the left attacking third. Pico, right foot, whips in a low cross. It was cleared away by Abubakar of Dallas, but on the right channel, Inter Miami back on it. Still in the attacking third. And then some sloppy handling on that far side by Inter Miami. And it's cleared away, swiped away from the end line by Dallas, but no further than the attacking midfield. Here's Redondo back on it. Martinez for Inter Miami in the center circle. Plays it to the inside left flank. Noah Allen to Pico near left touchline. Pico coming forward toward the box, outside along the end line. Delivers a cross to the edge of the 6-yard area. That was headed away. But Inter Miami wins it right back thanks to Kromoski. Kromoski on the border right side of the box. Back heel, and Pedrinho extinguishes that. He delivers it across the far touchline for an Inter Miami corner. Inter Miami left side of the pitch. 85th minute. We have just entered it. Welcome to it. 4-3 FC Dallas leads Inter Miami. It was a 3-1 Inter Miami advantage in the second half. Allen tried to play it into the box. That was knocked down by Acosta. FC Dallas trying to pick up a 4th victory on the season, and this would be a benchmark one for first-year headman Eric Quill. A heavily injured FC Dallas side. Long ball into the middle. It was headed up by Allende and out of trouble momentarily. He could not get any force on it, but Inter Miami wins it right back. Noah Allen, left flank to the edge of the area. Tried to deliver a ball to the far post, skidding across the turf, but a diving halt to play by Martin Paz. The Dallas goalkeeper avoided a trailer coming along the back post and poking one in. Good goalkeeping, and it remains 4-3 FC Dallas. Into minute number 86. Javier Mascherano, hands crossed across his chest. This Inter Miami side has a significant amount to figure out before Wednesday. No Messi today, no Jordi Alba, no Luis Suarez, and here's a giveaway for Inter Miami. Acosta for Dallas, up the left flank to the top of the area to Pedrinho. That was cracked free and loose, and Inter Miami wins it. Segovia trying to push it forward, sheds a backtracker, but then he has it intercepted as he was looking for a teammate in the middle of the pitch. Now a right foot from distance. Acosta from about 20 yards sent it right to Callender. Not much pace on that shot from just to the left of the penalty yard. Callender the save, but Inter Miami unable to push it up the pitch, and Callender has it played back to him, and he'll distribute it with a left foot off to Lujan. Can Inter Miami find an equalizer? This is shocking considering what this score line was. But goals in the 65th, 69th, and 81st for FC Dallas have given them the lead 4-3. Here's a cross far side, and nobody there on the end of it. Allende was making a run left of the 6-yard box, but couldn't track down that ball that came from the far side. And here is a substitution for Dallas. Tyrick Scott is coming on for Eric Quill. Off comes Farrington. The starting 9 for FC Dallas. Tyrick Scott, I should say, a homegrown player with this FC Dallas side. Acosta got a little bit sloppy in his defensive third for FC Dallas, and he played the ball across the touchline near side, so a quick throw in. Inter Miami desperate here. Kromoski. And the attacking midfield, right side, far side. Push it along the touchline, but Inter Miami has to settle for playing it back into the defensive end. Aviles on to Ian Frey. Frey, far right touchline, border of the attacking third. Plays it low to Segovia. Segovia spinning against 2-3 defenders, retreating. Good nutmeg, and he played it on to Kromoski. Kromoski stays with it through 2 defenders. They still fight for Kromoski. Diving for it inside the 6-yard area. And it was poked across the end line, far side. Ladder Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Inter Miami corner coming. Kromoski, really good work through 3 different FC Dallas defenders. And here's the set piece coming from the far side. It's going to be Segovia to handle. An outswinger on the way. Here it comes high in the air over everybody outside the left side of the area. And Redondo has to retrieve for Inter Miami. Noah Allen still in the attacking midfield on a Redondo. He floats it to the penalty spot, headed down. And Dallas wins the ball with Acosta. He speeds his way near the center stripe. To Pedreño, back to Acosta. And here comes Acosta up the near touchline. Right side of the pitch, into the middle, Pedreño. Look out, Pedreño surges into the box. Got it onto his left foot, Callender the save. It's still loose in the box. FC Dallas has it on the left edge. Kayike onto it. He goes to ground along the touchline far side. He wanted to go to the corner, and Inter Miami was able to win it with Segovia working hard over there. 89th minute, 4-3 Dallas. Redondo, he was challenged. He was able to punch the ball high into the air with his right foot, but Dallas is back on it, only to watch it go right back on to Lujan. So Inter Miami is on the ball. Redondo into the center circle. 6 minutes of extra time brought to you by your South Florida Audi dealers. Inter Miami, 6 minutes to find an equalizer. Surging along the end line right side and earning a corner is Inter Miami. Ian Frey, who's trying to stretch himself out, laying across the end line. Test drive the new Q6 e-tron today, your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. A heavy lift for Ian Frey. It's his left leg that's bothering him. Segovia stands over the ball, far side in the corner. Left attacking third, far side and near side corner for Segovia. 4-3 FC Dallas. 91st minute. Another substitution. I believe that's Tiki and Sabaling who's going to enter, and it is. Acosta's day is done. The captain for FC Dallas, and in comes Tiki and Sabaling. Segovia's corner high in the air, and it was headed by Shaq Moore, left side of the area, FC Dallas. Retrieving along the touchline on that side is Redondo. Noah Allen swung in a ball from left to the area. Couldn't find anybody on the end of it, but it goes right to Telasco Segovia. He feeds it to the middle, and it was a mishit at the penalty spot, and the ball trickles across the end line. Lujan was there unmarked, and he shanked it off of his right foot, and it goes well wide of the far post. Goal kick for the visitors from Dallas. And the crowd boos here in Fort Lauderdale as Martin Paz gets some water, takes his time, adjusts his sock before he launches this ball forward. Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi looking on with bewildered looks. Neither of them active today for Inter Miami. They've watched their side concede 3 times in the second half and now trail 4-3. So Inter Miami is going to gain possession again in their defensive third, right side of the pitch, fully engulfed in shadows in these evening hours, twilight here in South Florida. Is it twilight and then eventually nightfall? Curtains on this unbeaten run for Inter Miami to start the 2025 MLS campaign. And then there was one. Is it about to be none? Redondo has a ball picked off as he was trying to get it to Frey. Defensive half to attacking half, and then a foul is called against Inter Miami and Ian Frey as he tried to take it off the feet of an FC Dallas player. That's Kayike who was saying, oh, I have myself an injury on my right leg. The referee said, I don't buy it. Get up. And here's the restart for FC Dallas. Lujan broke up a pass into the FC Dallas right attacking third. It bounced right back on to Nsabaleng of FC Dallas. Then he had it tackled away by Redondo across the far left touchline. So FC Dallas in its attacking half right side of the pitch, taking its sweet time. Anderson Julio has been commanded to throw it in by the referee. Finally does. Pedrinho wanted to work in the corner. It was swiped away by Inter Miami, but FC Dallas still maintains possession, and now they battle along the touchline. And finally, a foul is called by FC Dallas as Ian Frey was chopped down in close quarters, far side. 94th minute, 94-11. 6 additional minutes were added. We have approaching a minute and a half remaining of those 6. An inexplicable defensive collapse in the second half for Inter Miami's defense. Fafa Pico on the run, trying to get to it left channel. He did win it left of the box. Abubakar's marking him. Pico onto his left foot, swiped it to the middle. Segovia has it. Segovia trying to spin through traffic. Played it up top of Viles. Right foot, blocked shot. Now on to Ian Frey. Frey to the middle, Redondo. Redondo back to Frey. Frey through the middle, and he is taken down just outside the penalty arc. Free kick. Direct free kick, Inter Miami, 95th minute. And there's a pulse at a result for this Inter Miami side. I believe it was Kiyike who swung his leg around and took down Frey, and Allende is standing over it. Tadeo Allende, who has struggled as Kiyike now sits at the top of the penalty arc and claims injury. Allende has struggled after suffering an injury on that artificial turf at Atlanta United in that dramatic 2-1 road win for Inter Miami about 6 weeks ago. It's Allende, Noah Allen, and Federico Redondo. Those are the 3 standing over the ball. Inter Miami trailing 4-3. 95th minute, a chance to equalize. Here's the whistle. Allende with a right foot, and he put it up over the crossbar and hit the top netting. That might have been the last gasp for Inter Miami. Paz laid on the ground for a good 10 seconds. The referee tells him to get up, resume play. That missed by about 6 or 7 inches. That Allende free kick, and now the crowd begins to filter out here in Fort Lauderdale. The goal kick sent away. The final whistle sounds. An inexplicable second half collapse from Inter Miami. Inter Miami loses for the first time in MLS play. Loses for the second time all competitions. 3 goals in the second half for FC Dallas. And a frustrated Inter Miami side, head shaking all around, trudge off to the locker room on an afternoon where Inter Miami did not play Leo Messi, Luis Suarez, or Jordi Alba. Jumped out to a 3-1 advantage, but can't hang on. And Inter Miami loses 4-3 to FC Dallas. 5 victories, 1 defeat, 3 draws now on the year for Inter Miami. Certainly not the good feeling you wanted going into a must-have Herculean, climb the mountaintop, find a way, sacrifice yourself effort that's going to be needed Wednesday night against Vancouver in the second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal, where Inter Miami is down 2-0 on aggregate. It is a quiet exit from the stadium here in South Florida. Want to thank our on-site engineer, the OG, Oscar Gonzalez. I'm Ken LaVicka. Mike Rizzo has your post-game show. Inter Miami loses for the first time in MLS play in 2025, conceding 3 times in the second half. FC Dallas 4, Inter Miami 3. That's your full-time final. I'm Kent LaVicka. Mike Rizzo handles the postgame. After this, it's Inter Miami football on ESPN West Palm.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV, it's a new way to experience driving. The all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron is here. The next chapter of Audi starts now.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
The playoffs are heating up, but your home shouldn't. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Top of the box is Jendon, near side, right side. Oh, a wonderful cross, and it's poked home by Abando. The 18-year-old Alan Abando inside the 6-yard box, got a right foot on it. It trickled under Paz, and he has his debut goal in an Inter Miami shirt. How about that for the teenager, Alan Abando? First start, first goal, and it's Inter Miami's first lead, 2-1.
The Herons able to string together 3 goals. We're up in this game, 3-1. In the 65th minute, the Herons were up 3-1. Maxi Falcone comes off the pitch, and all hell breaks loose as FC Dallas comes back to win 4-3 in MLS match week 10. This was game number 9 for our Inter Miami Herons as they pick up their first loss of the season in MLS play. Welcome on in, folks, to the post-game show here on your Inter Miami radio network. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealers now. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. Coming up in a little bit, we will go through the highlights. Alan Abando scoring in his debut, rather not his debut, but his first game starting. In his first game starting, Alan Abando finding the back of the net in that first half, able to get a nice header goal from Ian Frey. Ian Frey picked up 2 assists in this game as well. There was a lot of good. There was a lot of good for about 65 minutes with the Herons. Where I can pinpoint where everything kind of started to melt down was when Maxi Falcone, who was playing like a man with his hair on fire, came off of the pitch. He was diving. Diving for stops and slide tackles. He was all over the field, folks. Diving usually in soccer means, you're taking a dive trying to get a foul. The absolute opposite of that. He was diving for balls. He was getting on the ground and doing the nitty gritty. And as soon as he got off of the pitch, it seemed like all hell broke loose. And Federico Redondo came on in the 67th minute. And then sure enough, in the 68th, 69th, and the 81st, FC Dallas came up with 3 unanswered goals and took the lead and never looked back after that. They win this one 4-3. Let's go through a couple of match facts and stats and whatnot in this game. If you're into XG, Inter Miami had 1.7 expected goals. FC Dallas had 2.27. Inter Miami, after not dominating the ball possession in the first half, they end up with majority of the ball with 54% possessed compared to 46. There were 25 total shots in this game, 12 for Inter Miami, 13 for FC Dallas, 5 on target for Inter Miami, 9 on target for Dallas. In the game, 5 big chances. 5 big chances for the Herons, 4 big chances for FC Dallas, and both teams had 2 big chances missed, but FC Dallas pulled through at the end. And folks, I understand soccer and football rather, is more about one player. But Maxi Falcone, that's where I pinpoint this at. Falcone came off the pitch, and my best guess is the gaffer, Javier Mascherano, wanted to save Maxi Falcone for that big matchup coming up this Wednesday. Let's remember, you go up 3-1 against a team like FC Dallas without their best player, Petar Musa, and you think you're good. You're in the 65th minute. You're up 3-1. My God, are we really going to give up 3 goals, or are we really going to give up 2 goals and pick up the draw? Lo and behold, FC Dallas comes back, gets 3 goals, takes 3 points, and hands our Herons the first loss of the season within MLS play. A lot of good and a lot of bad in this one. We'll continue discussion right here on the Inter Miami postgame show when we return. Some highlights coming your way.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV, it's a new way to experience driving. The all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron is here. The next chapter of Audi starts now.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at kaisergolfcenter.com.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Kromoski left to the area, tried to not make a defender, did get around him, and then a left foot shot, score! Coming from the backside, out of nowhere, and tallying for Inter Miami is Davi Martinez. Where did he come from? Nobody saw him, including the FC Dallas defenders. And he hit it from the left side of the box, off the far post, and it was able to bounce inside the netting. And it's 3-1 Inter Miami, 55th minute. Spectacular support from Davi Martinez.
Our final score, 4-3. FC Dallas stunning our Inter Miami Herons with a comeback victory and 3 unanswered goals. That highlight we heard right there was the last goal our Herons scored in the 56th minute to go up 3-1. Welcome on back, folks, to the postgame show here on your Inter Miami radio network. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Visit your local South Florida Audi dealer today. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron. It is now time to go through the highlights from this game. 7 total goals are all coming your way. As I said, 3-1 Inter Miami up. Got to find a way to win this game, but 3 unanswered goals and a lead squandered by our Herons. Let's take a listen to Shaq Moore leading things off in the game to make things 1-0 in favor of FC Dallas in the 8th minute.
The shot was blocked by Falcone. It's still loose in the area, and it's deposited into the back of the net. FC Dallas with the goal, cleaning up the mess. Shaq Moore, the veteran, the former Nashville SC star, and Inter Miami concedes in the 8th minute. 1-0, FC Dallas on top.
As they usually do, Inter Miami had an answer in that first half. Quickly, a little statistic and tea leaf for you here. Inter Miami has scored 9 first-half goals. That is second best in the MLS. They are behind Nashville FC, who has 11, and they are also behind the MLS team in San Jose, who has 11. So Nashville and San Jose with 11, Inter Miami with 9. Those are your top scorers within the first half in the MLS. Fafa Picault, though, opening up the scoring for the Herons.
Nutmegs a defender, drives to the right side of the box. He's inside the box, to the end line, plays it to the middle, edge of the 6-yard area. The keeper was able to keep it up, and then Picault blasted it home. Camped out on the far post, and he blasted it past Paz. It was all set up by an inspired 1v1 effort from Ian Frey, and Inter Miami equalizes 1-1 in the 15th minute. Fafa Picault with his second goal of the season.
This was ultimately turned into an own goal. Shaq Moore, who was responsible for that first goal, this Picault, we thought goal at the time, was turned into an own goal. Let's take a listen to Leo Afonso with a big chance, but was unable to finish.
Beautiful play through Afonso. Afonso 1v1, and he took too much time. Coming up on the keeper, Paz. He was at the top of the box, and he took too much time to make a decision. And by that juncture, Uragide was able to track Afonso from behind and knock the ball away. Oh, Afonso, a golden opportunity to score. He may never have a greater opportunity in his career than that, but he did not hear the footsteps behind him.
To Ken's point, that's as one-on-one with the goalkeeper as you're going to get. Fair play to the FC Dallas defender, for getting on back and not quitting on the play. But gosh, you look back at that. I mean, with how this game shook out, if Leo is able to bag that goal right there, it's 2-1 there, and this goal would have been 3-1.
The box is jetted near side, right side. Oh, a wonderful cross, and it's poked home by Abando. The 18-year-old Alan 6-yard box, got a right foot on it. It trickled under Paz, and he has his debut goal in an Inter Miami shirt. How about that for the teenager, Alan Abando? First start, first goal, and it's Inter Miami's first lead, 2-1.
I think there's a lot to be excited about Alan Abando, a young 18-year-old, bigger player, too, for a soccer player with his height and how lengthy he is. I think he's deadly in the air. Our good buddy Ken LaVicka also said in the first half, Inter Miami was attacking FC Dallas through the air, and I completely agree. It's something that they kind of went away from in that second half. And speaking of that second half, let's get into, folks, the 56th minute, you go up 3-1 from Davi Martinez, set up by Benjamin Kremasky.
Kremasky left to the area, tried to not make a defender, did get around him, and then a left foot shot, score! Coming from the backside, out of nowhere, and tallying for Inter Miami is Davi Martinez. Where did he come from? Nobody saw him, including the FC Dallas defenders, and he hit it from the left side of the box, off the far post, and it was able to bounce inside the netting, and it's 3-1 Inter Miami, 55th minute, spectacular support from Davi Martinez.
Fast forward 10 minutes, Maxi Falcone comes off the pitch, a man who was playing with his hair on fire during the game, and it seemed like all hell broke loose after that. And speaking of hell's gates opening up, let's take a listen to a 3-2 goal. Erg Hohide in the 68th minute finds the back of the net set up by Acosta.
Right into the middle. It was headed down, and then FC Dallas scores. It was headed by Origide. It didn't go anywhere, but it fell onto his right foot, and he's able to blast it right by Callender, upper left of the goal, and it's game on in Fort Lauderdale. 3-2. FC Dallas within one in the 64th minute.
Orihige, I apologize, not Hoghide. Mike Rizzo, appreciate Ken LaVicka helping me out on that. Oh boy, it didn't take long for them to make it 3-3. 69th minute, here's Julio.
Look out, FC Dallas behind the defense. 1v1, we are level, 3-3. The equalizing goal for Anderson Julio. The Inter Miami defense fell asleep. That was too easy.
Next, Pedrino, 81st minute, and the game throw on its head.
Segovia clunky with the ball, and now FC Dallas into the right, attacking third. This played through, look out! It's into the middle, and it's an FC Dallas goal! It was a poor clearance, and Pedrinho has given Dallas the lead 4-3. In the 80th minute, Callender, in frustration, punts the ball away. Inter Miami's defense has fallen apart.
4-3, the Herons going down to FC Dallas. FC Dallas picks up the full 3, and they move on to 4-3 on the year as Inter Miami 5-1-3 now. 5-1-3, 5 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws. Folks, we're taking our final time out of the postgame show. When we return, we will look on ahead to that CONCACAF semifinal second leg Champions Cup matchup between Inter Miami and Vancouver. Vancouver up 2-0 on that aggregate. Inter Miami gonna need some heroic efforts coming up on Wednesday. Arguably need to win that game 3-0. We'll preview that. We'll take a look at the MLS table, check in on a couple of MLS games that happened today and yesterday. Stay with us.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, Trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron is here. The next chapter of Audi starts now.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at kaisergolfcenter.com.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Our final segment, folks, on the post-game show. Inter Miami losers to FC Dallas 4-3. Inter Miami up 3-1 in the game. Looked pretty clear in that 65th minute that the Herons were going to go on and win. They ultimately, listen, it's football is more than one player. It's more than, one guy coming off the pitch. But where I kind of mark where the defense went awry is when Maxi Falcone came off in that 65th minute. They scored 2 minutes later. FC Dallas scored 2 minutes later, and they rattled off 2 more after that to win 4-3. I think Coach Mascherano wanted to save, and listen, I don't blame him. Up 3-1, 65th minute. Take off Falcone. Let him rest. Let him get his legs ready for Wednesday's semifinal second leg CONCACAF Champions Cup matchup between Vancouver, which you desperately need to stay alive in the tournament. Falcone comes off 3 unanswered. FC Dallas 3 points. Our Inter Miami Herons 0 points on the day, losing 4-3. Rather 0 points for the table. How about that? But let's look forward to that game we got coming up on Wednesday. Inter Miami, I think they basically have to win 3-0. They're down 2-0 on the aggregate. If Vancouver scores at any point, if they get a goal at any point, they have the road goal advantage, which means if somehow, some way, say it's a 3-3 ball game Okay, say Inter Miami scores 3 goals and it's 3-2, but Vancouver is able to, to bag a goal at the end of the game, 3-3 on the aggregate. Vancouver would be the team going forward because they scored on the road. Our Herons, for the second straight time in these CONCACAF matchups, for the second straight time in their away leg, did not score an away goal. So that's going to be something interesting to look out for, Inter Miami fans, is if Vancouver scores at any point in Fort Lauderdale, they will have the advantage on the aggregate with the away goal. I'm expecting Lionel Messi. I'm expecting Jordi Alba. I'm expecting Sergio Busquets. And I'm expecting Luis Suarez. You guys are listening on your way home from the game on Wednesday, when you're back at Chase Stadium, expect to see a full lineup ready to roll for Inter Miami, a full and rested lineup ready to roll for the Herons. Checking in on that Eastern Conference table, Inter Miami, with 9 games played, sitting at 18 points. They are still in 5th place. They entered today with 18 points, obviously picking up the loss at home and their first MLS loss of the season. They did not receive any points on the table. FC Cincinnati still in first place with 22. They have won 5 games in a row and are scorching hot. The Columbus Crew in second with 21. The Philadelphia Union with 19. Charlotte FC with 19 as well. If you find a theme there, Charlotte, Philadelphia, and Columbus, all teams are Inter Miami Herons have beaten with their 5 wins. So 3 out of the 5 teams the Herons have beaten this year are 3 teams that are ahead of them on the table. Whole season still ahead for the Herons. Plenty of things to get excited for Inter Miami, starting with the comeback. Come on, folks, the comeback on Wednesday. I believe. Do you guys believe? I believe in comebacks and our possible comeback with our Herons being down 2-0 on the aggregate. Get your tickets now, folks. Go online. Get your tickets to the game. We're going to need you to be screaming loud and proud coming up on Wednesday as our Herons try to battle back from a 2-0 aggregate in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. I want to thank a lot of people here first before we sign off on the Inter Miami Radio Network. First off, thank you to our good buddy Ken Levicka. Does a great job with the play-by-play. Ken is one of the best in the business. Appreciate our good buddy Ken. Thank you to our OG Oscar Gonzalez, who is on site with our good buddy Ken Levicka at the stadium, dealing with all of the stuff behind the scenes. We appreciate Oscar Gonzalez, the OG. Thank you to our content director, Brian Rowitz, our GM here at ESPN 106.3, Stephanie Prince. Until next time, folks, we'll catch up with you next week on the next MLS fixture of Inter Miami Soccer.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on ESPN 106.3.